Hello everyone, welcome to Sunday night, and you know what that means, it's Division 1, and it is time for the finale here in Portugal. And we've had six cracking races so far. We will have a seventh as well, I assure you of that one. And we are here in the Argyle event for the Portuguese Grand Prix, and the first time in hyperdrive history that we have been on a week's long adventure, haven't we, here in Portimao then. And it has been one of my been an absolute joy to watch the drivers and teams tackle around here on this 2.8 mile circuit. Then it's only 15 turns, but it's one of the most trickiest circuits I think on the calendar. It is a lot of undulation turns, there's a lot of off camber turns as well, there's a lot of error generating turns as well in this one as well. But remember that we've got to make the most of this, because there's no guarantees that the Portuguese Grand Prix will be on the calendar for next season then. So yes, make the most of this one, because this is going to be an action packed Grand Prix, I have no doubt about that. And whilst we are a couple of minutes early, so let's go through the drivers and the constructors standings then for Division 1 of hyperdrive. And this is how it is playing out at the moment. And we've got Danger Times leads the world championship by 27 points now from Blaze in second. And Sly Guy's incredible emphatic Grand Prix win last time out in the Emmanuel Romero Grand Prix, which is said completely wrong, but there we go. It's currently third in the world championship now, only 9 points then behind only 9 points now currently behind Blaze then. Emerson in third position then, in fourth position I say. Epic is fifth, 2 points behind Emerson, and Troy in sixth, and Crazy Bill seventh. And on a supreme season so far, Crazy Bill is fantastic. Sully in eighth position, ninth is German, the defending champion, with 10th position is Jar, and only his third Grand Prix start tonight as well, so pretty impressive stuff indeed there. Some of the transfers that have gone through, the driver swaps there, of course, unfortunately Lights gave up his Mercedes seat. Unfortunately, he's given -8 points as well to the Mercedes team, which has really hamstrung him in the joint constructors and the constructors for Division 1 as well. But Pillars is now in the Mercedes. He's 12th in the World Championship. Currently in the bottom three is both the Haas drivers, Curtis and Rick Daunton, then, who have not had a very good start at all. Haas really needs to start getting some points on the board. Denzo currently on -5 in the championship as well. Then, of course, minus points then, which there was a lot handed out yesterday, wasn't it? There were good grief. We'll go through that in a minute then. But yeah, that's a lot of minus points, which has really caused some issues in the joint constructors as well as the constructors for their teams. Then in the Division 1 constructors standings, McLaren have got an 82-point lead so far over Ferrari. Incredible stuff indeed. Then Williams are third, then 20 points behind the Ferrari team. Aston Martin in fourth position. Mercedes are fifth, with Alpine in sixth position, Alfa Romeo seventh, Red Bull is in eighth position. Only 5 points on the board for the AlphaTauri team, down in ninth unfortunately, and Haas is 10th, and only 2 points so far. In the joint constructors, after 6 Grand Prix in this week here in Portugal, McLaren have got a very slender 25-point lead. They got that lead last night, didn't they, with an incredible, emphatic Grand Prix. Wasn't it last night, or was it not before? I think it was last night, wasn't it, where Black Box won the Grand Prix emphatically as well. Ferrari have lost the lead now in the joint constructors because of McLaren's win last night. They're down to second now. Third position is the Red Bull team, 44 points behind the Ferrari team. Alpine have moved up into fourth, and AlphaTauri in fifth position. Mercedes are 2 points behind the AlphaTauri in sixth position now. That's Sir Dave's fault for unfortunately not voting last week. Seventh position is the Alfa Romeo, then 21 points back. Then Aston Martin are eighth position. Ninth position is the Haas team, and 10th position so far is the Williams team, which is a bit unfortunate for the Williams, as they are right down. They are right down at the bottom of the standings, unfortunately. Yeah, so Black Box did have had a very good win last night, didn't they? So very impressive stuff indeed that going into this event here tonight then. So yeah, the Portuguese Grand Prix about to get underway as well then. And this season so far, McLaren, as we mentioned there in the constructors, they've been emphatic. 7 podiums so far over the course of the first 6 Grand Prix. It's impressive, isn't it now? We've basically had a McLaren on the podium in almost every race, possibly believe, in every race, actually. Impressive 17th there from the team from Woking as well. And I think that's the most podiums out of anyone in all of the divisions so far, if I'm not very much mistaken, and I'm not very much mistaken as well. Well, it's joint, actually, with Red Bull in Division 7, of course, another team that are doing supremely well done so far this season. So Red Bull and the McLaren team are doing emphatic this season. I think that they're the only two teams that got 1-2, aren't they? They are indeed so far in this World Championship. So very impressive stuff indeed then. And we are just now waiting to get going then here in the Argyle as well then. So thank you very much then. Buckle up and get ready to get going then, as this is going to be a cracker indeed. We've also had a lot of wet races as well to this over the last week, which I'm quite surprised by, really. Of course, we did have a sprinkling of rain in the 2020 Portuguese Grand Prix, didn't we? Where of course, where Carlos Sainz, I think, took a very early lead as well for a couple of laps before the Mercedes regained their domination, didn't they? Yes, so we are expecting a spring droplets of rain. I certainly am then. I hope all the drivers have also been practicing as well, and they've been putting their paces through. This is a brutal old circuit, this one is, isn't it? And that there's a very long DRS straight there from the final turn all the way down into turn 1. There's also a short DRS straight after 4 and going down into 5 as well. So that is the track layout then going into this one. And of course, Vintage evening. Good evening to Vintage as well. I hope you have had it all a lovely, splendid day. And I think that on the back of what was a supreme domination by supreme domination there by Sly Guy last time out. Then I think that he's very much going to be trying to get a second Grand Prix win in a row. Sly Guy's had 3 podiums so far. This is of course only battered by Danger Times with 4 podiums this season. Blaze of course on 3 as well. Then of course 2 Grand Prix wins for both McLaren's. Ferrari then of Sly Guy getting a Grand Prix win last time out. Then the championship is very much finally poised, isn't it? There with Sly Guy really throwing the gauntlet down. But we go from Imola to Portimao, and I think that it's completely different tracks. Is what it is there, and this is condensed. This track is there. So if we are expecting rain, the rain is going to be if the rain's very condensed. Then I don't think that the track is going to be absolutely deluged, isn't it? There, if we do get rain, and of course rain is very much on the forefront of my mind here tonight. Then, and the final countdown is on then for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Remember, this is round 6 of a 24-round World Championship here in Hyperdrive Season 7, of course, and we've got a very long way to go then. But after tonight, this is the last of the new tracks then before we go back onto the traditional calendar then for Hyperdrive. Then we go to Spain next week, and then we go to the jewel in the crown of Hyperdrive, which is of course the Monaco Grand Prix. Every driver wants to win that one, don't they? So keep an eye out for the Monaco Grand Prix, which is usually action-packed. I missed last year's Monaco Grand Prix because I decided to go and watch Liverpool, didn't I? Shocking behaviour, but hopefully I'll be going through it this year as well before we go to Azerbaijan then. So that is what is on that's what's on the menu then going into the next couple of races or so then. But yeah, but talking about last night, we had an abundance amount of minus points last night. Unfortunately, we've had -6 in total for the Haas team, and also I think it was -6 for the Alpine team as well, due to both their drivers unfortunately calling it a day. And the problem is though that those minus points are really going to hurt you in the joint constructors as well. It's not going to make it's not going to give you any make any friends as well, is there? So that is not that's disappointing as well. Slayer, yo Sean, I think this race is going to be epic, and Dylan evening as well. Good evening to you one and all then. So this is a full qualifying session tonight, and let's get going. And it's a beautiful day out there, as you too would start to sing to me in my Euro. However, unfortunately, Bono is not with me. I don't mean the Bono that is on the McLaren's on Lewis Hamilton's shoulder or in his ear. Of course, I mean the lead singer of U2. If anyone ever had the pleasure of listening to music, fantastic stuff indeed then. But it is a beautiful day here in the Argyle, and what you expect then, of course, is I think we're close to the seafront, aren't we here, if I'm not very much mistaken. I must say that I don't really know much about the old geography and stuff like that. The only geography I do know is usually down to Formula 1, to be honest. But yes, this is the first Portuguese Grand Prix of Division 1 era of Hyperdrive. Hopefully it won't be the last, because I've absolutely enjoyed the Grand Prix racing around here. It's been absolutely supreme stuff indeed then. Really good stuff, that is. Oh, apparently Emerson can't hear me. Well, that's shocking then, but I can hear myself on the phone, so I'm not sure about that. Maybe not. Might need to turn me up, perhaps. Then, well, I can certainly hear myself on the stream. If you can't hear me, shout at me as loud as you can. Yeah, there you go. You can definitely hear me. Goodness me, I don't know. I think Emerson's just lying to me. Then he's telling me lies. Oh goodness gracious me! Hang on a bit. Let me set him straight because I think you can hear me. Well, I hope you can hear me. Otherwise, I've been talking absolute nonsense for the past couple of minutes. Then. You see, I can't do two things at once, unfortunately, and that's why I go quiet. So we got Jake DeSayer says that I'm fine, and Baguette evening. Hello to Paige Baguette as well. Hello to everyone that has joined us here tonight. Of course, we started the stream quite earlier this week, didn't we? As we wanted to make sure that you all got into the show. Good stuff indeed. Vince was saying come through loud and clear as well. I think Emerson needs to turn up his sound, really, doesn't he? Epic the Animal, the first man out on circuit. This is normally what he does anyway. This is his MO now, isn't it? Epic, who is currently third in the World Championship. I think fourth actually now, isn't he? I read it out a minute ago and I can't. I read it out not too long ago, and goodness me, I can't even remember. Absolutely shocking behaviour. No, he's fifth in the championship, and then Epic is. But Epic, by his recollection, has had a couple of difficult races, and bad luck as well, Epic is. But of course, let's see what the Williams driver do then as he comes out of turn 15 to start going now. Then is Vintage is Paige saying it's going to be interesting what Scotty can do here. Scotty making his debut tonight. We've also got a returnee or two as well. We'll talk about those in just a jiffy then. But Epic, they're flicking it into turn 1, 2, and now into 3 as well. There's a lot of corners where the car can be really unsettled on the old rear posterior then. Of course, there's a lot of off-camber curbs as well around this circuit, so you've got to very much got to be on your wits' end, don't you? Epic there coming down the second of the two DRS straights as well then before going on the AstroTurf then, accelerating away then, and I'll get lost on this part of the course then, but look at this then, undulations galore, and they're up and down, side to side like a roller coaster, albeit I'm more of a Roland Keaton fan, to be honest there, so that's really that's where I'll start singing. So I used to be a good old Boyzone fan as well, and of course back in the 90s, if I remember saying, and high five to you as well, maybe a virtual high five. Anyway, Epic is not going to be thinking about Boyzone, Roland Keaton or anyone else there from that era. All he's concerned about is tackling the final couple of turns on this course then. Yellow flag then for one of the Ferrari drivers, and I think it's Sly Guy, who of course, as we mentioned, then dominated last week's proceedings in Imola, but it's a different kettle of fish now, isn't it? Epic over the brow, across the line, fastest so far on a 16.255 then to start us on our journey here in Portugal in the Argive here tonight then. Dob, evening, good evening to you, Dob, Ben, as well. Frisky Biscuit, a new follower as well. Of course, any of you long-time fans of Formula 1, of PBE, ALR, and of course Hyperdrive now. Of course, you may recognise that. You may recognise that Frisky Biscuit. He was a previous Grand Prix driver, wasn't he? So a guy who unfortunately had a couple of issues on that lap then, so he's going to go around again. Dangerous Hope's going on medium tyres, interestingly. So let's see how that one progresses. Then here comes Sully with default helmet there, shocking behaviour there, absolutely disgraceful behaviour indeed. Then there's Frisky Biscuit. Evening, hello everyone. If he doesn't do well, it wasn't me that brought him in there, Pages. So oh goodness gracious me then. So we'll keep an eye on what Scotty can do then. Sully goes second fastest there, 7/10 of a second away from Epic at the moment then. But remember, this qualifying 1 session is just to get you through into qualifying 2. And of course, to clear the bar, you have to be a 15th or under, of course. And here is David Thomas, the championship leader, and he comes back into the garage then as he's probably put a bit of a heat cycle through the tyres perhaps then, but which you don't really do in these Pirelli era, do you, where you put a heat cycle through the tyres, and which so I'm quite surprised if he is doing that. Milan making a return as a reserve here tonight for the Williams team then. So of course Milan, a former Grand Prix winner, he won the Dutch Grand Prix last time we was there, wasn't he? So yes, Milan there, a Grand Prix winner as well. I think he's got the second or third highest pole position ratio, so good stuff indeed there from Milan. So a safe pair of hands in the Williams team here tonight as he's replacing Julian as well. Sly Guy's gone faster still than good as well. I didn't know he's going for a second time run then. We're just watching the double world champion Emerson. He's reverted back to traditional helmet colours. He goes third fastest out for the Mercedes team then. That is a good start there for the double world champion. A no good start for Dalton, though, as unfortunately he is invalidated this time. Here comes the champion, defending champion as well, just going over the brow hill as well. Pillars, who is driving for the Mercedes team as well. Goodness me, we've had a lot of driver changes quite early on in this championship season. I mean, good and gracious me, then it's like the traditional deadline day, isn't it? And all that kind of jazz as well. Anyway, let me carry on with the comments then, shall we? Paige Smiles, Fluff is the best then. He's a new follower as well. Goodness gracious me. Hello. Scotty spinning then, and Owen equals W as well. Keza, evening. Good evening to you, Keza. Good to hear again. John, great to be back. Frisky Biscuit is saying thank you very much, good sir. We're just on board at the moment with German, the world champion, and he is now just right over the brow of the hill. We got Keza morning. Good evening to you, Morgan. We've got Lewis there. Good evening and good race as well. Becca, Viva la Mercedes there. Evening. Pillars and Emerson Goat as well. 1-2 finish incoming there. Who's replacing Samba is what Keza has asked, and it is going to be. It is Dylan who is making his debut here tonight then for Division 1. Then so good luck to Dylan. And of course, Dylan, a former bronze champion, but he's unfortunately struggling a bit in Division 2 at the moment this season. German struggling in this so far in this season as well, unfortunately. And that's Daunton there, who's had a cropper, unfortunately. That is coming over the brow. I think that's 11 and 12, isn't it? He's also hit the barrier as he's lost the end plate on that Haas car. Daunton there, who, of course, has got no points so far at the moment. Daunton, that's it. And the man of his talents there. And that's a Mercedes gone off there next to us as well. And I think that was Pillars, wasn't it? Who's decided to go a bit cross-country there in the Mercedes. So it's getting a bit messy at the top of the hill. And it's the two Haas cars there are on to take evasive action as well. Kart Boy on board with him at the one there. Another driver then who is not started off the season at too well, has the Kart Boy, hasn't it? But I think Denzo is a bit further around. Denzo got -5 points. I hope he gets 6 points tonight then, just because I don't like the minus points. It really upsets me. Jar going fifth fastest. Curtis has just gone seventh fastest. Denzo across the line, and he goes into fastest so far. Just over a tenth of a second quicker than Sly got him on there. So that's a statement of intent there from Denzo. Pretty impressive stuff indeed there. Cartboy following his teammate behind this one. He goes seventh fastest, and Cartboy does that. Makes him seventh fastest so far in the classification. On board now with Blaze as he is coming into the final part of this circuit as well. Blaze who's second in the World Championship. Let's carry on with the comments, shall we? Because I got to pull up my socks then. Keza, because Samba is in my fantasy team then. So you got Dylan who is driving, who's going to be in your fantasy team now. Keza, good stuff indeed then. It's just watching Blaze as well, and just carrying on. Then Becca saying that Pillars has gone the wrong way there. Good job that Becca's there to make sure that Pillars knows where he's going now. She's a very good flight navigator, isn't she? Or a driver navigator, perhaps? I don't know. A co-driver? That's the one, isn't it? Oh, goodness gracious me then. I think, who was Sebastian Loeb's co-driver? Was when he won his, because I think Loeb is like a 7-time WRC champion. I think it was Daniel Eleanor, wasn't it, or something like that. German slowest at the time runner so far, the world champion, really strong at the moment now. Very reminiscent, German's title defence there, to Damon Hill in 97, but of course, remember, Damon Hill was dumped quite spectacularly from the Williams team, and that car is minus a front nose cone there, and that's Andenge then with no wing at all in that Alfa Romeo. So that's not a good start then to tonight's proceedings. And here comes Troy coming down the hill as well. He's been an absolute revelation, Troy has, this season. He's been pretty impressive there right from the get-go. He's on 35 points there so far this season, and the fourth position in the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. He's been very unlucky not to get a podium so far, but he's really leading the Aston Martin charge there. We was expecting German, the champion, to be leading that Aston Martin charge there, but it hasn't really been the case at all, and German has been subbed to the Red Bull team. Denzo is happy with his performance there, because he's just done a slam dunk and come back into the garage now and caught it a day. Danger Times is back out on circuit on the medium compound tires as well, as Troy is going up the hill as well. I love these camera shots, by the way. It's absolutely supreme. That car looking very unsettled there, and Troy is now really off the racing line here, so that is going to compromise his that's going to really compromise him, isn't it? As it's just watching as Dylan saying he's going to try his best then, but it's a very daunting prospect there from Dylan, isn't it? But there's Dylan there just starting his lap start, but just saying what Troy, so we're going to leave him to it then. Let's go on board with the debut, Tom, then, and that is Scotty, who's making his full-blown debut here tonight in a hyperdrive. So welcome, Scotty. I hope you enjoy it, and let's ride on board now with the Alpine driver, as he is a sub tonight then for Crazy Bill. Of course, which is a shame really, actually, because of course Crazy Bill has been I think he made his debut in the in weekend night racing, didn't he? Back at the British Grand Prix in the Championship, and that was only the 4th ever round of weekend night racing. It's a Crazy Bill's been here quite a long time. He finished 4th in that day in history as well, didn't he? Crazy Bill did. So I have been doing a bit of research over the past couple of days then, so I was going to throw that nugget in there as well. But unfortunately, well, I've had to do it, but unfortunately, Scotty's due to Scotty's behest then. Talking of Scottish behest, unfortunately, he hasn't he's invalidated his time, so just sticking with Daunton at the moment now, who is just coming out to 5 as well. WNR Denzo was OP then, and yes, indeed it was. Denzo was pretty emphatic, wasn't he, when he first stepped foot into WNR? But of course, I think we might see the old Denzo back here tonight, because he's very much right on it from the get-go, isn't he? Denzo is pretty impressive stuff indeed. Very much impressive then. Nosy saying that Kez is the best, and that has been confirmed. Becca's asked to give Denzo a MBE, or have I missed something there? 16.7 on medium tires should be illegal. Give him an MBE, Becca, saying, goodness gracious me, just watching Daunton at the moment. Another driver who's pretty, who is having a bit of a bad rub of the green at the moment. But I think the problem is though, if you have a difficult start, I can't think that was Milan got in 6th position there. If you have a difficult start to the season, it really is magnified just because of how incredibly talented this field is. Dylan going 14th fastest on his first time run, then so that's not too bad at all. Epic is retired from the session now, but he's currently 3rd fastest moment. Soft is back in the garage then. He hasn't set a time just yet there. Nor is Andenge then, but Andenge was wingless earlier on then, so this is another. He's going to do another lap now then. Curtis is doing his 2nd time run. This is another new set of soft tires, I think, by looks at from Curtis, according to the graphic on the left-hand side. So let's see what Curtis can do then. Of course, he is not in the drop zone just yet. That is the world champion German who's in the drop zone, along with Chazza, Sloth, Andenge, and Scotty. So those drivers are going to be sweating profusely at the moment then. As Becca saying, that's ish what I said, what I was saying, short ish. You know what? I'll take ish. I'm happy with that. So it's in the postcode. That's all that matters to me. We got Time Splitter then. Where Art's Mushroom then? Serious Mushroom. I think Serious Mushroom is that Fungi hates Twitter or something like that. He's not a fan of Twitter. You probably would have guessed there from the Twitch. I mean, goodness me. The problem is then when there's the platforms sound too similar to me. Of course, talking of which, we did have a raid, didn't we? We did have a raid on Friday night. It was Friday night. I must admit, I didn't know what a raid was at first. And when I first heard that we had a raid, when the over admins were talking about it, I thought I was going to have to get out me SpongeBob old train and get me old karate on the go. But that is not what a raid is in Twitch form. I think it's when you bring a party or a party of people to from another stream into your stream. So thank you very much there. Really appreciate that indeed. And of course, if any of the admins there are watching or listening, if you give them a shout out and I'll read it out then, because I haven't got that on my notes at the moment now. Milan's gone into 3rd fastest there, but he's on 5 laps on those soft tires. That ain't going to make too much difference there, because he's probably going to throw the tires away at the end of this one. And just still in the danger zone at the moment, because he's currently 16th fastest there. 700. Oh, German's off and he's in the wall. He's out of qualifying now. German is there, and he's ripped off the front left part of the car. And German, the champion, there is going to be knocked out 2 weeks in a row from qualifying one. Then this is a major problem there for German in his championship defence there, and he is going to be furious there. He is really struggling with both the Aston Martin and the Red Bull cars. German is at the moment there. Now he is going to be very disappointed at that, and he's gone off in a major way. Of course, there has been a very difficult start there for the world champion, hasn't it? German very much on the back foot at this moment in time. Then is this new Scotty guy or girl quick? Then, as anyone know that? I think Paige there will have more answers on that than with Scotty at the moment. Now hasn't set a time just yet, but I think that he's about to show his claws in just a few moments' time. Then, but we're going to just see what Chazza can do first. Then coming up to the lines, right? Look at how much air is being deployed there. Chazza goes 9th fastest. That is currently safe, but there is a long way to go. Then, so we've got Curtis being wheeled back into the garage. And here's Scotty then down out of turn 6, I believe it is, then, and away he goes as well. Away he goes as well then. Is just now on board then. Serious Mushroom is eating cheese on toast then, and with ketchup. Yeah, if it's not with ketchup, then put it in the bin then. Yes, and I must say I do love a bit of brown sauce then, so maybe put a bit of HP sauce on it. Ooh, lovely jubbly indeed then. Oh my goodness me, that really get a bit of bacon on the go as well, I would say then. I had a Sunday roast earlier on, absolutely delightful. That's why I'm in such a good mood today. I had a bit of a chicken leg, I had a Yorkshire, it's covered in gravy. I love a bit of gravy, baby. Scotty coming out of turn number 13, I think it is. Now 14, I think it is. And now he's coming into 15 as well. I've really struggled with this circle. I get so lost, especially in the mid part of the lap then. But Scotty goes across the line, 7 fastest there. Well, that underlines that answers your question, Becca, because he is very quick indeed there. He is 7 fastest, Scotty is there. Welcome to Hyperdrive, my young sir. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Fantastic. Gurman is the first driver to be confirmed out of qualifying. And Denge is down there at the moment. There were 2 minutes ago in this qualifying session. Curtis and Dylan are also flirting with exit as well at the moment. So both those drivers, all those drivers have got to get it. Have got to pull up their socks there as well. Keza is not happy. As Sloth goes 15 fastest. Danger Time's gone fastest on the soft tyres. Danger Time's as the championship leader. Really elevated his game this year, hasn't he? Danger Time, he's impressive. He's impeccable. He is Danger Time's then, and he is fastest then. 2 times a second in front of Denzo at the moment now, who is second fastest then. Sly Guy in third at the moment now. Sly Guy who's invalidated this time, but there's a bit of cloud cover coming over now. I'm wondering if this is going to help or hinder the drivers out there. Boy, who's backed off by the looks of things. So Sully, 10 for a second up at the moment, but he does have a default helmet there. And there's a brown sauce on a fried breakfast. Oh yes, you're really getting my taste buds tingling here. Then I absolutely love it. Goodness gracious me, then Becca would buy a whole chicken there just to munch the skin. Like, oh goodness me, a carnivore there. Absolutely disgraceful behaviour. Milan saying Sean is a goat. Thank you very much, sir. To be honest, I do walk like a goat, especially in the mornings there. Goodness gracious me, then. And I do eat a lot as well then. But it's not grass I eat. Usually it's all kinds of chocolate or something like that then. Oh, Dylan's off the circuit there, and he's invalidated this time with 3/4 of a minute to go. That is down in turn 2. I think Dylan may have exited the qualifying session, unfortunately, with that mistake. What a shame for Dylan. But I think 17th in Division 1 is David Supreme 17. Curtis is on a lap and Andedge has come out of the pits as well. Got 30 seconds left of the qualifying session on there. Daunton is out qualifying by the looks of he is parked into the garage, and that is unfortunate. What a shame indeed then. Got a lot of Super Max fans in the comments as well, haven't we, here tonight as well. Of course, Max Verstappen, the world champion of 2021. And I got to say, I do love seeing that number 1 back on the cars as well. Just looks nice, doesn't it? Looks right there now. And I'm really looking forward to the season. It's going to be fantastic. And the cars look supreme, don't they? Not as supreme as these cars at the moment. There is Curtis comes across the line. 13 fastest there from Curtis there. He may have squeaked out a qualifying one here. Cartboy, who is looks like he is going to be on the cusp of being eliminated. Cartboy, and Sloth is very close to the edge as well. Dylan has been eliminated then, and Andenge is starting his lap as well. Whoa, Sloth is off, and he's doing a bit of skiing there rather than qualifying. And unfortunately, Sloth is I think isn't an Alpine like a mountain or something. Well, unfortunately, he's on the wrong Alpine at the moment. There, he is going to be 16th then. So it's between Andenge and Sloth then to get out qualifying one here. Oh no, Andenge has made a mistake there, and I think that might be done and dusted there for Andenge, unfortunately, because it's at this level, any hint of any mistake on your lap and it will be done for you. And Andenge, well, goodness me, this is a quick lap still, because Andenge might get he's down in 18th position now, and that is not enough there, but only just there. Look at that, by 0.2 a second, he lost all that time in the middle section there. Otherwise, Andenge would have snuck through, and that is a shame indeed then. Dylan has hit the sausage curve then. We've been talking a lot about sausage, and unfortunately the sausage has come back to really bite back, and unfortunately it's bit back at Dylan at the moment, and he is out of qualifying now. And yeah, those sausage curves are quite brutal on this circle, aren't they? And of course Dylan hit the sausage curve at turn 1, which he's not going to be very happy about, because I think we caught it at the end of the stream, didn't we, or the end part on the stream as well. Congratulations to Curtis going through, very good stuff indeed there. Unfortunately we have lost a abundance of talent then, which is we get a lot of talent, but we lose a lot of talent anyway, week in, week out here in Division 1. And we've got another 5 drivers there that is unfortunately out of qualifying there, which is it's a big shame there, Liz, there. But don't worry about that, though. Any of you fans of Sloth, Dalton, I keep saying Dalton wrong there, and then Dylan or Gurman, don't worry about that. Fans of those 5 drivers, they'll be back in action for the Grand Prix itself. However, they'll be starting 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th and 20th on the grid then for the Portuguese Grand Prix here in Portimao. This is the first ever time we're racing around Portimao here in Hyperdrive, and it's absolutely, I thought that was a spider crawling up my TV then. I was getting very scared. I think it was something, I don't know what it was. I think it was something in the background. But the danger time is faster by 2/10 of a second then. Is that track evolution or is that danger times evolution? We'll find out then. Denzo is second at the moment. Sligo in third position there. Out of qualifying, the world champion Gurman there, who had a tough time in Imola, and I think that it's going to be an equally tough time here tonight, unfortunately for Gurman. Dylan in 19th position there, and Denz in 18th there. Daunton in 17th position there, and Sloth is in 16th position. And look at that then, less than half a tenth of a second separates Sloth and Cardboard. Cardboard's going to be overjoyed with this result as he is through into qualifying number 2. Sloth, unfortunately, going to be commiserations there for Sloth and the other 4 drivers as they will be exiting the qualifying session here in the Portuguese Grand Prix. If it's a spider, burn the house down. Kez is saying that. To be honest, if it's a spider, you would have heard me screaming and going out the room, to be fair. Yes, I'm not a fan of the old spiders. And albeit they are nice creatures, aren't they, the spiders? Because they do eat the flies, don't they, or something like that. So don't flies carry some disease or something? I have no idea, really. That's about much I know, really. I wasn't very good at the old biology stuff in science and stuff. I think I got a D in the end in science, which is very disappointed, as I remember my teacher being absolutely disappointed with me. But there we go. I was just I was not a smart cookie in school. I was usually at the back of the class, really being a naughty ginger. Right, out of the pit lane comes Epic then. Once again, Epic likes to be first out on track, likes to just get a time on the board and then really wait for his competitors to see what they can do, but see what they can do around around the rest of the qualifying session, which is a good strategy because Epic doesn't want to be tripping over for cars that are coming out of the garages then, for cars that are just on any outlap or any of that kind of stuff, or any yellow flags then. So we're saying if it has more than 2 eyes, then it's just wrong then. Yeah, flies, spiders, or any of that kind. Yeah, good gosh, that. What other insect has more than 2 eyes? I don't really know, to be honest. I know that fish off The Simpsons has 3 eyes, doesn't it, really? That's the first one that came to mind, really. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. Well, you might be a fan of, is it Leela from Futurama? I think that Serious Mushroom might like Leela, and she's only got 1 eye, hasn't she? Futurama, I think, returned back to the old TV screens, didn't it, not too long ago as well. There we go. Becca's asking, do spiders even have eyes? I think that don't they have like loads of little eyes or something like that? I don't know. We're talking about spiders really, whilst Epic is just winding up and letting it go. So we've got yellow flags in sector 2 as they're all starting to queue up and bunch up now. Let's go on board with Epic, shall we? As of course he is 5th in the World Championship. 2 DRS zones around here. We've got a new follower as well. Thank you very much to Scotty469 then. As really good stuff indeed there. Thank you very much for the follow. Scotty, so I'm going to give you a virtual self high five. Thank you very much indeed there. Going down into turn 1 is a bit of a just before a 90-degree right-hander there, isn't it? There into turn 3 as well. Now into turn 4, look at that, it's uphill off camber there. Epic the Animal having to really fight the car there and almost invalidate this time. One of those if you go off the racing line or outside the white lines of the curbs here, you will get your lap time deleted there. So that is why Epic was fighting tooth and nail to keep that car within the white lines of the circuit as well. And that's another area where you can really be bitten by the track limits then on this game then. Epic there, look at that then, incredible. There's a lot of blind crests around here, isn't there? It's absolutely an incredible piece of circuit, this one, isn't it? I love it there. Unfortunately my race didn't go too well, but that's because this race is for drivers that really know how to tackle a race circuit as well. Of course they would have been practicing, they would have been just like tinkering with their strategy and things like that. But I think if it is about track knowledge, this one is there. If you know a lot about Portimao, you should do all right around here. Coming up to the line as well, then comes Epic. Then across the line, he's out of deployment there, and he has gone fastest so far. Blaze going on the medium tyres, and I forgot to mention about the tyre roll. We'll talk about that in a minute. Talking to the tyre roll, it's Carboy goes third fastest, and then we've got Sly Guy in second position as well now. He's on medium tyres, but he's matched Epic's time, which is pretty impressive stuff indeed there. Danger Time's going fourth fast as well. It's got yellow flags in turn one now. Pillar's going at sixth fastest in the Mercedes as well. Then we've got Sully going fastest, and good time indeed there from Sully in the Alfa Romeo. Good stuff indeed there for Sully going down into turn one. George is starting his lap off indeed. Here comes Scotty as well, also starting his lap. And we've also got Troy also on a lap as well. And good description, they're coming through thick and fast. So we're going to stick with Scotty for a minute, and he's just going out of turn 4. Yeah, next season, I think I've read somewhere that the Formula 1 are dropping this tyre rule, aren't they, from qualifying 2 for next season. So it doesn't matter if you start in the top 10, you won't have to, you can still pick whatever tyre wants to start the race on. I think that's a thing, isn't it? Or am I just talking absolute baloney then? Maybe, I'm not too sure. And I'm just now on board with Scott as well. So the Spider talk is still ongoing, so I'm going to ignore that for the medium. Becca's saying 16.6 on medium tires. Goodness gracious me, it's just peak tongue then. Come on, Troy, lad. Serious Russia saying it's in the faster. Not from Serious Russia. I'd like to know if anyone knows about that tyre rule, because I'm sure I've read that the tyre rule for 2022 has been dropped, hasn't it, there from qualifying, which I'm not too sure if I like or don't like that at all. Now I think it remains to be seen. However, my opinion of rules is nothing to be desired, because I thought that knockout qualifying of was it 2016? I thought it was a good idea, and it really wasn't. Scotty, my goodness me, he's showing some teeth and some metal in this qualifying session now. He is really he's really thrown the cat amongst the pigeons there. He's gone full fastest there, because Jar has gone fastest in the Ferrari. Great stuff indeed there. Denzo is just tackling the circuit as well, as is Milan as well, just going over the brow of the hill there. Troy is gone at 10th fastest so far on a 19.9 there for Troy. Milan there in the second part of that, and I think Denzo's just in front of him. He is there. Denzo is there. Of course, if you spin on that to curb, you will get a 10-second penalty if you spin on the inside there. Unfortunately, Sir Dave got the 10-second penalty there, which I thought was hilarious, really. But I do know about that personally, because I've also done it myself in time trial a lot, and also when I've been doing career. Here comes Denzo then. Denzo's not concerned about the 10-second penalty at the moment, and all he's concerned about is getting himself into qualifying 3, and he has done so far. Good 17 there for Denzo. Milan has gone fastest there on medium tyres, a 16.2 there, and I thought the Sly Guy 16.6 was impressive on the medium tyres there, but goodness me, they're throwing the gauntlet down there between Milan and Sly Guy. I'm looking forward to this, and this is going to be a quality qualifying battle, and that's exactly what you want, isn't it, there in hyperdrive here in the Portuguese Grand Prix. Incredible stuff indeed. Jan McLaren there saying that, haha, Milan then. As Menace Mike saying, blimey, this is insane. The time is insane on the medium tyres. Kez is saying, what? As Peggy saying, go outside, Milan then. How? I think that the driver is a Sly Guy, and that Milan are just a different breed when it comes to qualifying now. Absolutely sensational, those two drivers are in qualifying. And I'm quite scared, to be honest. Absolutely incredible times on these 16.2s there. Really impressive stuff indeed there from both drivers there. Magnificent stuff indeed. Then currently we're aiming to lose the bottom 5 slowest cars. At the moment, as it stands, it is Pillars, Troy and Emerson. Curtis and Chazza have not set times just yet. However, Chazza has just emerged out of the garage. He is now on an outlap at the moment. We're just watching Milan, who is just come back in the pits, and I think he's very happy himself, as is Denzo as well, also on the medium tyres, and he's done a 16.6 as well, as I really should have acknowledged Denzo in that 16.6 bracket as well. 3 drivers are very much on the limit and beyond there. That's really incredible indeed there. That is absolutely that is absolutely fantastic stuff indeed then. Really good stuff then. Katie, that's honestly ridiculous from Milan then. Very good stuff indeed there. Fantastic from Milan. And Sega saying that Milan needs to goodness me, Milan needs to go out and touch some grass there. As of course Edwards, I think Milan is well, that's absolutely incredible. Those 3 lap times there from Denzo's Sly Guy Milan is absolutely supreme stuff indeed. Absolutely love it. Really good stuff there. As Hyperdrive is asking if that's a glitch. Oh my goodness me. I've got to say, that's fantastic, isn't it? Just watching Danger Times then, who's currently 9th in the qualifying session. session at the moment. Danger Times is there. Of course, it's as we've already mentioned in the terms of the joint constructors, McLaren are not leading the joint constructors at the moment. Then after that, are leading the joint constructors now after that incredible performance there from Black Box last night, who won the Grand Prix, didn't he? Very good 17 there for Black Box, his first Grand Prix win of the season as well. Now elevating the McLaren team back up to leading the joint constructors as well, but it's only 25 points separates the Ferrari and the McLaren joint constructors there. So Ferrari have got something to fight for tonight. Well, they got something to fight for anyway, because the championship is far from done now, isn't it? Cardboy just in front of us here. Is Danger Time's going to get a lovely slipstream here off the back of that Alpha Tower there, and so come through the long turn 15 as well. That's very much a tyre, so it's painful on the tyres into that turn 15 as well. Across the line, Danger Time goes fast on the 16-1 there in the McLaren team. Good stuff indeed there for Danger Time's Troy, who's now just winding up and letting it go. Then Pillars out on circuit as well. Emerson there 13th and last of the time runner so far for the double world champion. He needs to get something here then, and it's really very much on the back foot then, and Emerson goes fast there on a 16-1-1-1-1-1 then, so he puts me in my place there. All about Pillars and his new teammate then for the rest of the season, and Pillars out of the final turn as well. No, he's abandoned his time. Pillars hasn't. He's into the garage, and he's not having any of that then. Chaz is not abandoned his time. Now he comes across the line, and Chaz at 11 fastest there. Curtis, who's done a 30. I think that Curtis is going to have another run at the mill now then, another bite of the cherry. Back on board now with Troy, and of course this is Troy's attempt on the medium compact tires. If you get through in the qualifying three, you must start on the tires which you say your fastest time on then. Troy, who is just flicking it through the final part, section, and the McLaren of the Danger Times gets out of the way. Of course, Danger Times is second fastest moment there. A whisker in front of Emerson by half a tenth of a second. That currently separates the top two, with Milan in third position there. And Milan is now gone for soft tires and gone out as well. So interesting strategy there from Milan. Denzo and Sligo are still in the pits with 5 minutes to go in this session now. So if they want us, so Milan probably is he defending his position? He's come up well too early if he just wants to defend there. Troy going 6th fastest on the medium tires as well. These are incredible times out there. My goodness gracious me then. These are absolutely supreme driving from everyone up and down the field. Here comes Curtis then, who's on soft tires in the Haas car, and coming out of 15 as well. I love that shot, by the way, there as they come over the brow of the hill. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Across the line then, and let's see what Curtis can do. He goes 12th fastest on the 16.859 for the Haas team. Lovely stuff indeed there. Chazza has just got out of the way of the Williams car at the moment. I think that Williams there is on an outlap at the moment, as we're just having a bit of a lull in proceedings there. My goodness gracious me, then it's oh dear, we've got a bit of a bad language in the old chat there. Goodness gracious me, keep it respectful and keep it hummus, guys. And very good. Is that the right word, hummus? No, that's a food, isn't it? I don't know, but there we go. I learned that word off. I think it's Josh. I think who does YouTube videos on Formula 1 as well. So that's probably where I've learned from it. I know that manas is a nasty word, isn't it? Don't be a manas or something like that. I don't know what that means, but I think it's a New Zealand word there. So I'm learning all these words there on YouTube. I may need to see what they actually mean then. Look at Epic there. He was almost off the circuit there. That's how much he maximises the width of the circuit there, and that is where he gains time. That's where the best of the best of the best really gains the time on these on this circuit, on these qualifying times at the moment. Remember, we cannot get too excited at the moment. This is just qualifying 2. This is just qualifying 2 at the moment there. Serious Mushrooms just asked if I ever eaten hummus. No, I don't think I have. I'm quite a simple man who just leads a simple life, to be honest. Give me a ham sandwich or a cheese sandwich any day. Oh yeah, well, give me a chicken leg. Yes, I'm a carnivore. Here comes Epic the animal, as of course he is now into turn 13 and 14 and 15. I know there's a joke in there somewhere, but I just can't think of it at the moment, so I'm absolutely depressing myself completely on that one. Shocking behaviour by myself. Just on board and across the line. Epic goes fastest out of a 16-0 then, and goodness gracious me, these times are out of the world, aren't they? Out of this world. Incredible. I'm blown away by these times. I'm going to be brutally honest here. I've kind of I thought that the cut-off point was going to be like a Well, I thought it was going to be a 16.8 to be honest, then, but that's completely nowhere near. It's incredible stuff indeed. Then Blaze out of the final turn, and of course Blaze second in the World Championship. He is second on the road as well then for the McLaren, and yes, that should see him safely through. But we've still got 2 minutes to go. Then now it's a lot of track action there, isn't it? There here in Portugal, because the track could ramp up quite profusely here. Pillars go 6 fastest at the moment, so good stuff indeed there for Pillars. But is that going to be enough? Then is that and we'll just get out of the way at the moment. Oh, we've got a bit of indigestion coming on. That's not good, is it? Oh my word! I'm gonna have to dislodge it there with me right being next to me. No, it's all right. It's just it's just a bit of a trapped wind then. Maybe that's the reason why we've had so many storms lately. Maybe it's just me and my trapped wind, perhaps. Then we're just watching Dens as well. It's quite blowy outside actually. I think it's worse than what it was on Friday. I think I was talking to Knowles here, but before he came on air about how breezy it was outside. I'm a bit concerned about the old electric stuff as well, especially now I live in a tree house. We're just watching Denzo coming across lines right. He's currently he's in the drop zone at the moment. So currently he is not. Well, he is. He's through now at the moment because he's faster. He's the first driver in this session now to go into the 15.993s, and that is absolutely incredible stuff indeed. There, my goodness gracious me! By the way, thank you all for. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Milan's gone faster still. Goodness me! Now 15.6. This is ridiculous. Absolutely fantastic times out there in Division 1. I love it. Of course, one of my passions in life there is watching fast drivers going around a circuit like this. It's a tough circuit. This is a brutal circuit indeed, isn't it? And it's very much these drivers are on the limit and beyond it. And I absolutely adore this. This is exactly what we want to see, isn't it? There on a Sunday night. And this is perfect to get you going in for the week ahead. Here's Sly Guy. Of course, he dominated the San Marino Grand Prix, which I know is called San Marino Grand Prix, but I'm getting up and trying to say what his name is. Sly Guy, who dominated the race last time out, 24 seconds there, a humongous margin there. Look at that car bouncing up and down there. Sly Guy across the line, and he's done a 15.9, second fastest mode now, just behind Milan. Then I'm really looking forward to the shootout for pole position. Oh, Scotty, who's done a superb job on his debut here tonight, but he's invalidated his time somewhere, and he is out of qualifying. Chaza, then, who is also on the medium tires. Chaza is very who's determined to go through on those medium compound tires. And here comes Jar out the final turn 15 as well. Across line feels like a lot more than 15 turns out. Jar improves slightly. Then Sully across line. He's very much in the race stage, Sully, isn't he? Unfortunately, Scott is out of qualifying. And Chaza has not improved in the second sector, and he has improved in the final sector, but not by enough. What about Cartboy? Cartboy down in 15th position on there, but he has a chance to get in front of Chaza and Curtis here as well. Scotty is going to be kicking himself because I think he's a short fire runner in qualifying free. Then Cartboy across the line, and he goes. He stays 15th in the end now because I think he lost a lot of time because he's depleted his ERS there, hasn't he? That is quite a lot of ERS that he's depleted there because I think he's done 2 laps on those on that run there. Into the pits, there comes Milan. He is faster than qualifying too. However, he's done 3 laps on these tyres while Sly Guy's done 2 laps on his soft tyres. Interesting stuff indeed there as they're coming back into the garage as well. But let me catch up with the comments because I apologise, I'm ignoring you. But Storm Frank, isn't it, Sean? It is indeed. I think it is Storm Frank, isn't it? Well, Frank was trending on Twitter earlier, and it was either Storm Frank or Frank Lampard. I don't know. Yeah, but Pancake Day would be just a day in Ostamerica. Pancake Day is a very important day. Then, of course, that is my favourite day of the year, apart from Easter. I've had 8 Easter eggs already, which is quite shameful, really, but they're only £1 in Tesco's at the moment, so I'm not going to turn that down. Very good stuff indeed. I can't say that, whoa, 15.8, they're fantastic, 15.6 then. Ariel saying qualifying merchant then. Qualifying merchant. There's some really impressive qualifying times in this one now. Let's see how it goes in the race then. Just looking at the other comments as well then. The Mercedes Masterclass, Becca is saying as well as... that's what I was expecting yesterday. Damn it, Sean, you are lucky. I am lucky being in my own treehouse. I do love it indeed. And of course, getting the fresh air and all that kind of stuff. But let's just run through the classification then from the qualifying 2. And it is like this then. Troy down in that position there. They didn't go on the soft tyres, interestingly enough. And we've seen Scotty on soft tyres there, but he invalidated his time, unfortunately. Otherwise, I think he would have been through Scotty. Good stuff indeed there from Scotty. Loving that. Really good stuff indeed then. I love the little emojis. That's fantastic. we've got Curtis in 13th position now, Chaz in 14th, also on the medium tyres. Cardboy lost a lot of time in the final sector, otherwise I think he would have been 13th in the end there, but unfortunately that wasn't to be then. Everyone in the top 10 is starting on the soft compound tyres then. Milan fastest with Sly Guy second, Denzo in third, Epic fourth, Blaze, Sully, Emerson, Danger Times, Pillars and Jar. That is your contenders for pole position then for the Portuguese Grand Prix, the first ever run of the Portuguese Grand Prix here in Hyperdrive. Thank you very much to Owen as well for the new follow. That's really good stuff indeed there. Absolutely really enjoying that and as well. And we got to vote for pole position then. Who do you think is going to get pole position here tonight then? The options are Emerson, Milan, Sly Guy, Epic and Blaze or Denzo or Sully then. That just shows how tight this one is, isn't it there, really? Because we've got we've got an option there for basically everyone else then. We keep an eye on that pole position then of votes then, which oh my goodness me, we've got a bit of rain, have we? Oh my goodness gracious me then. So this is going to be very much first one across the line and it might get pole position here. Then where has this rain come from? We had a bit of cloud cover, but I was not expecting rain then. And Milan is first one out. No, he's not then, because it's his teammate Epic that has come out first. And Epic, his MO, has been first one out on the track then. And now they're both Williamses might be racing here. This is going to get very interesting then. How heavy is this rain going to be then? Is it just a short, sharp shower? It is not, you know, because look, the track already looks very greasy on the top there. This is not good at all then, is it, then, for any drivers that wants to go for a couple of runs there. But this is very much out of the blue. I wasn't expecting rain, but look, there's already damp patches off the racing line here. Oh dear, then this is not it's not looking good at all then, as rain there as well, as we've got some bits coming as well from Wilson. Thank you very much there. One shot quality there, Becca is saying then. Very interesting. I think it's too wet already. Can't see anyone getting times on these soft tyres. Yes, it's already looking quite wet indeed there, as Milan has overtaken his teammate of Animal there. So Animal not interested in that at all. That is quite wet out there. So what is the options the drivers going to do? Are they going to come in the pit straight away and throw on the intermediate tyres? And of course that is the tyre that is in between the wet and the dry tyre, or are they going to risk it out and try and go for a time? Of course, if they do, there's a Ferrari off. It's Sly Guy who's gone off the circuit there. Sly Guy is off circuit. He's one of the contenders there. Milan is already spinning out of turn 15 now. He's already losing traction now, going down the start finish there as well. I love that shot then, over the brow of the hill then. Everyone has carried on there. So we've got the McLaren through, we've got the Alpha Tauri through as well, Denzo. We have got Jar that has started his lap. Emerson and Pillars has also started as well, along with Sully then. And we've got Danger Times and Sly has also gone through. So they've all rolled the dice then, and they've all gone for it then. I'm surprised that one of the drivers didn't come in the pits and throw on the intermediate tyres there and see what they can do now. But DRS has still been enabled at the moment there, so that is the crucial part of this one. Epic there is going to have a lovely bit of slipstream there from Milan then. However, he doesn't want the slipstream then in this dirty part of the circuit there, because he's going to get absolutely he is going to get the dirty air off the back of this Williams car as well. We're on board with Milan, who's been pretty impeccable since coming back to Division 1 here tonight there. He is resting that Williams car now though, and he's going over the dips as well. And of course, remember that the dips will not be helping where the standing water is here in the Portuguese Grand Prix. I think that Crofty was saying about about how it's the weather facilities here, or the rain facilities here, are pretty good then. It's the track does drain quite quickly. However, when it's raining though, and there's going to be a lot of water here, there and everywhere, especially in the dips around that Portimao there. Milan now just fighting the car and coming out of 14 as well. One more turn to go, but this is a tricky one. You cannot lay the power down too heavily, otherwise you'll be spinning from head to toe there. Milan has done it, I think, and he's coming across the line. He is the first driver then to cross the line, and he is on provisional pole position now. Epic the Animal's gone pole by a tenth of a second now. Blaze is in third position now. Epic is on pole position here in the Portuguese Grand Prix. Denzo's only fourth then. Jar's only fifth then. Emerson is only sixth at the moment then. Pillars has gone fifth fastest then. Danger Times has gone fourth fastest in the McLaren. That's a magical lap there for Danger Times there. What about Sly Guy? Cross the line as well. And where's Sly Guy? And who is that then? It's Sly Guy ninth position then, and Sully's hit the wall and gone into the pit lane here. And he's in the wall, Sully. And then who's that? That's Epic off the circuit there. And I think it's too wet now. It is single shot qualifying. Yes, the DRS has been disabled then. But it's a Williams 1-2 at the moment. And Epic was on pole position in the Bahrain Grand Prix. This would be a second pole position of the season. And if he can hang on to it, and I don't think anyone's going to be able to take it away from him. Because look at how wet it is out there. And Milan is in the wall as well. And goodness gracious me, then it's getting very tricky out there. Going to be on tiptoes at the moment. The Denzo's in fact. I think this might be the grid then for the Portuguese Grand Prix here. Oh my goodness gracious me then. Inter's overheated pretty easy. Jody Boxtower is saying then who's leading the championship in Division 2, so he definitely knows a thing or three about these Formula 1 cars and tyres as well. Goodness gracious me. I'm not sure intermediates may be quicker than that. Hyperdrive is saying, and this is going to get very much edge of the seat kind of stuff. And keep your pole position votes coming in at the moment. It's Milani's the favourite, but however Epic has really stolen the show, hasn't it? The Slayer is saying, and its intermediate tyres for Division 3 is at 25 flat then, and currently we're in the 23s as it stands then. Pillars on its debut for the Mercedes team is actually out-qualified Emerson at the moment, so that's really ruffled the feathers in the Mercedes camp, hasn't it? Goodness gracious me. Denzo's retired from the session. I'm wondering then if he feels that the intermediate tyres is not the quick way to go as well. So we've got a bit of formation flying with the Williams team at the moment, but it's Epic the Animal pole position now for the second time so far this season. Jar's retired as well. I wonder if it is worth going on the intermediate tyres. Surely it is. Then we've got about 6 minutes to go in this qualifying session. There or thereabouts, and we've got a Ferrari off as well. It's Sly Guy who's off at turn 14 here. Of course, remember he was dominant in the San Marino Grand Prix a week ago. This is not ideal at all, is there? He's really struggling there to get the car back in the pit lane. It's Epic and Milan there coming in quite slowly here. I think they both ran out of fuel, you know. Then look, as the umbrellas are up as well in the grandstand then. So at the moment it is Epic who's on pole position, and that's a fantastic time for Epic. He was second car around there, Epic was that. So he just nailed the times that quicker than Milan. He just had a better lap, didn't he? And Epic is going to be overjoyed at this then as well. He's fifth in the World Championship mode, Epic is. So good stuff indeed. You could say that's an epic lap. I would take a Williams 1-2 then. I think all the Williams drivers would take a 1-2 at the moment, because Williams are bottom of the joint constructors, 24 points adrift of the Haas team. So that is not. So this is definitely very much going to be good stuff indeed then for the Williams team then, and for Darlington Capital as well then. Intermediate tyres then for both the Mercedes mechanics there. For the Mercedes cars, I should say. Then Pillars and Emerson are both coming out of the pit lane now, but I think it's too wet to go quicker. However, I've been wrong before. I'm going to be wrong again. So that is so yes indeed. Hyperdrive still thinks that high 23s is still possible then, so let's see how this one goes. And Emerson coming out of the pits on the intermediate tyres, and so yes, and maybe we are counting our chickens before we hatch, perhaps. Light rain, maybe these guys could do a low 24 on intermediate tyres, and don't forget to put enough fuel in the for the race as well. Geordie is saying, and Silly has nothing to lose then, so could try again. And Kieran B is happy with the 1-2 there, as he's going to be very happy with that indeed. Then Turbo also saying, I think this is it then. Of course, so at the moment, the vote for pole position in Milan has still got the favourite vote for pole position. However, this rain has probably may have ended the competitive nature of this qualifying session. But we are not. It's not locked in stone yet. It's not set in stone, as we as potentially got Milan who's going on intermediate tyres that we already have out on circuit. Pillars, Emerson, and Sly Guy trying to get a better time. Then I think Sly Guy can go a lot quicker than that. And he made a mistake on his first timed run, didn't he? Look at this, and so the rain has really changed the dynamic in this Grand Prix, and whether we're going to see rain later on this event as well remains to be seen, of course. And because I think it's been raining a lot more than what I thought it'd be raining here in Portugal, because we're on the Argive and the Argive and whatever. I said it perfectly earlier on. I don't know what's going on, but what the case may be then, because I think it's a bit of the this is probably where you want to go on holiday in Portugal, isn't it? Really pick up your tan or stuff like that. Unfortunately, I'm like a lobster when I go out in the sun, so perhaps then it's not a place where I want to go on holiday. I'd probably like to go somewhere like Dorset. That would do me. Emerson are on board with him now as well, and 4 drivers out on the intermediate tyres. Everyone else is currently in the pit lane at the moment. Emerson going down into turn 1 then. Of course, it's not turn 1, it's quite a quick turn, isn't it there? And Emerson's gone wide already, and that's his lap time done and dusted there right from the get-go. So what about Pillars then? Pillars currently 6th at the moment now, so he's going to be happy this then to out-qualify his teammate on the first time of asking then. That is a very So I think this Pillar's going to be overjoyed at this, isn't he? So good stuff indeed there for Pillar's head. He's already winning the qualifying battle there. I'll go to Iceland. Thanks. Screw the heat, Kez, saying that. I concur with that. All Greenland as well. I must say that I really would like to go to. I think that I've watched the film. I think it was actually where they went to Greenland or something like that, and it was absolutely beautiful around there. It's Iceland or Greenland. I don't know. Also, the Faroe Islands is an absolutely beautiful place as well, because I think that it's one of the most scenic football pitches in the world in the world of world football. If there it goes, that doesn't make any sense at all, but it doesn't matter, does it really? Pillars is 5/10 seconds down in the second split time here, so I don't think that I don't think the intermediate tires are quick at this stage then, but they are not too far away here. If they can clean up some of this water, perhaps then pull it back into the sky where it came from, they may be able to steal a couple of positions then, because half a second is not 2 million miles away then. But Pillars then is going to put a tire on the board then. He's gone way too wide down. He's come back into the garage then. So Pillars is had enough of that then. Sly Guy's a 10th of a second down on his time then, but he will improve here. I think Sly Guy's going to improve quite drastically here. He's gone up to 5th fastest. That's a great time for Sly Guy, and he has done a supreme job on these conditions. A great job there for Sly Guy, and he has put himself in 5th position. That's surely going to be the lap of the day there. In treacherous conditions, they're really well handled there for Sly Guy. Pretty impressive stuff indeed there. Milan is invalidated this time then. Sly Guy has moved himself into the 5th position. He is back in the game then. And the game at the moment is between the Williams and the two McLarens there, with Sly Guy and Denzo on row 3. This is a stacked grid. Row 4 at the moment is Pillars and Jar. Emerson is currently down on row 5 with Sully as well. Sully unfortunately didn't get a time on the board there. Sully could have potentially been up higher as well then, because Sly Guy has already confirmed that you can get quicker as well. Brilliant stuff, Fed. And just on board as Emerson's improved in the second sector. Emerson has found time here. Is he going to do another good lap similar to what Sly Guy did just a moment or two ago then? And yes, indeed, it may be a huge mistake for the drivers there to call it a day then, rather than go on the intermediate tires and give another bite of cherry as well, as the voting has been finished. And I think I didn't see the results there. I apologise. I was too intrigued on what was going on here. Emerson's improved to 7th fastest, and he has got quicker than his teammate. And Emerson, and that is this may be an interesting story for the rest of the season between Pillars and Emerson, as about who's going to be the dominant Mercedes package in Division 1. Of course, they are going to work together. I have no doubt about that. But remember, it's all about that championship, isn't it? But Emerson, a great time as well then. So good times indeed there from Sly Guy and Emerson now. And exactly what Hyperdrive in the comments said there. It was a mistake to not have another go on the intermediate tires there. Pillars is coming out now on the intermediate tires, but I think it might be too little too late then, with only 24 seconds to go. And the rain is quite heavy now. And I think the best of the track conditions may have passed there, unfortunately. Milan is on the circuit as well then. Sly Guy is also starting another lap indeed then. And this is going to get very interesting. We're on board now, the Williams driver Milan. And at the moment, it is a Williams 1-2 in this qualifying session. Epic on pole position for the second time of his season so far, which is very good stuff indeed there. So Williams is going to be happy with that one then. But this qualifying session is far from over. Well, it may be over, but it's far from over from my point of view at the moment now. And coming up to the line then, Milan is he improved? Not quite. He's a 10th of a second away then. So they're not a million miles away here, are they? So there is maybe something on the horizon there. And Emerson's found a 6 thousandths of a second across the line, and he's improved to 5th fastest. Emerson now. So that's a mighty lap there from Emerson. And Sly Guy's going quicker as well then. So exactly right then. We're finding time on the circuit. And here comes Sly Guy. The checker flag has fallen there. Pillars is 8th fastest now. Emerson's moved himself back up to 5th position then. So Emerson and Sly Guy are sharing row 3 at the moment. Can Sly Guy find more time and jump in front of the two McLarens? So Emerson's only 3 thousandths of a second away from the two McLarens. Danger times and at Blaze here. And what about Sly Guy? It's not all done and dusted yet, and he's improving more. This might be pole. It's 3rd fastest. It was almost pole position there, but it was 3rd in the end there. What an incredible end to qualifying that was there. So the intermediate tires was the way to go. Incredible stuff indeed there. What an incredible end to qualifying that was there. But it's Epic the Animal on pole position there. but just about by the skin of his nose, coming from Milan on alongside on row 1 then. Sly Guy in 3rd position with Blaze in 4th, with Danger Times down in 5th position. Emerson is 6th, 7th is Denzo with Pillars 8th, Jar 9th and Sully in 10th position there. Yes, I think the drivers that gave up too early on there is going to be kicking themselves there, aren't they? And not trying the intermediate tyres. Only 2 drivers tried the intermediate tyres in the end or improved their times on the intermediate tyres there. And they had to take 2 or 3 bites to the chair to do it. But Sly Guy was 10th position at the start of that, at the start of the 5-minute mark, and he's up in the 3rd. Incredible stuff indeed. Damage limitation there from Sly Guy. Absolutely mega stuff indeed. And Shadows, thank you very much for the tier 1 subscribe stuff. And for 7 months as well, Shadows, good stuff indeed there. Of course, Shadows has been a part of PBE and Weekend Night Racing for quite a long time, hasn't it? As I was watching his championship races earlier on, and fantastic stuff indeed there. KD, give him hell, Sly Guy then. As we now get going, and Kez saying, "Ooh, that's close indeed." And Wilson there giving some of his bits away as well. Lovely jubbly indeed then, as we've got a lovely scenic scene here in Portimao then, of course, for the Portuguese Grand Prix then. Remember that in the past, Portugal has been really kind to the Williams team. In 94, 93, maybe 95 and 6 as well, they have won those Grand Prix around here. Well, it wasn't around here, it was around Estoril, wasn't it? Jacques Villeneuve won in 96. 95, I think, was David Coulthard, his first ever Grand Prix win. That's why I love Portugal. Fantastic stuff indeed then. And 94, I think, was Damon Hill then. Of course, Damon had a front-end incident though in practice, didn't he? As he was barrel rolled into the gravel at the corkscrew, or the Portuguese version of the corkscrew as well, but the opposite way around to Laguna Seca. I think Hill won in 93, didn't he? Or was it Alan Prost? I can't remember. But yes, Williams have done well around here, and they've done well around here tonight as well, with 1-2 in qualifying. Can they produce the results though? We'll find out as the race is about to begin. And as we just now get going then for the start of the Portuguese Grand Prix as well. TK, hello, Mr. Shaw. Good evening to TK then. Geordie saying that nice quality as well then. Has got that first win finally, TK saying. Yes, indeed, then of course TK flying the flag beautifully for the Ferrari team, didn't he? Earlier on in this week's, was it in Portugal? Was it in San Marino? I think it was in Portugal, wasn't it? There's too many races now, so it's very difficult to keep up with what is occurring all across all of Hyperdrive. But that is the beauty about Hyperdrive. Whatever you're doing during the week, then you can just stick on Hyperdrive and enjoy the show then. Of course, as we got Division 7 to 1 across the week then. Fantastic, as we got 140 odd incredible drivers there. And of course, on Saturday and Sunday we got a double dose of action there. Division 2 usual time of 7:30, and Sunday Division 1 7:30 as well. But then we have the multiplayer league as well, which earlier on then is a very good interesting test of their mettle. And because we was at Portugal, wasn't he, earlier on then for the multiplayer league, and very interesting indeed. Epic did well around there earlier on then, and he is starting off quite nicely again. Of course, the Formula 2 World Championship as well, and Siege is really sieging the way at the moment in Formula 2 then. So there is action galore all over Hyperdrive then. So if you're ever wondering, stuck for anything to do, just have a gander at what's going on in Hyperdrive then. Lovely plug then. Let's go then. And TK saying you weren't even there to commentate. Don't worry about that, TK. You did have Vintage though to commentate on the action as well, and it was a very good moment there for TK. Supreme stuff indeed there. Good luck. Go on at Troy. Goodness me, I'm back at Wolves, aren't I? Or Barcelona now. Ramsal, come on, Mercedes then. Wow, Division 1, let's go. Sean, hello, E-Cars, and of course drove in Division Sugar. I am going for the grid. Division 1, let's go then. Shadow said good luck to Division 1 there. Ferrari Grand Prix win. Epic pole position for the second time this season. Milan alongside my row 1. Sly Guy, supreme drive on the intermediate tyres, and Blaze the fourth on the road, then second the World Championship. Danger Times the championship leader in 5th, and Emerson Salvage qualifying in 6th there. Denzo 7th, brilliant to see him back up there. Pillars in 8th, and Jar in 9th position. 10th position Sully on soft tyres. Troy in 11th position, he's on mediums there. Scotty, a great debut so far in the mediums in 12th position. Curtis in 13th as well on the medium tyres there. He's looking very strong today. Chazza in 14th there. Cartboy going soft. 15th is Sloth. 16th position is Dalton on mediums there. And then 18th Dylan on his debut in 19th position there. Gurman, the world champion, right at the back of the field. Reminiscence of Damon Hill in 1997 there. Right then, as we're now waiting then to start the Grand Prix here in Portimao then. Of course, this might be the one and only time we race in Portimao and Hyperdrive then, but the lights are on then. It's lights, camera, action, and it's away we go then. Epic has got a decent start, but I think Milan may have the inside going into turn one. No, because I think this Epic has cleared the bar, but Milan's on the inside then. Milan has taken the lead into turn one there, and Milan has leading, and he's run his teammate out Strider, and it's I guys up the inside, so I got yellow flag in the background. When the Mercedes Pillars is at the back of the field, then Pillars is around then, and he's dropped down the order. Troy is also down as well, and then we got a virtual safety car, as there is all kinds of shenanigans going on. Pillars has dropped right down the order, and Denzo's off the circle as well. Oh, it's a nightmare start for Denzo and Pillars, both at the back of the field. Troy is also at the back as well. Virtual safety car. We got no wing there for German, and so German is in major peril as well. He's found 4 positions there, but unfortunately he's dropped down. Jar and Curtis have come to blows by the looks of things. And Jar's got a 5-second penalty for his trouble set, and Denge is up 7 positions. Supreme stuff indeed there. And but Jar unfortunately getting a penalty, unfortunately, for his trouble set. But Milan is taken at the lead of the Grand Prix at the moment. We're on board with Milan at the moment. Virtual safety car, they have to adhere to the Delta here. Blaze is in front of his teammate Danger Times and his championship rival at the moment there, but the Williams team, I think, are going to be causing them all kinds of concern there. Oof, my goodness me. I got indigestion again, and I'm like, goodness me, I might need a Remy or something. As there's a virtual safety car, and there's no overtaking yet. Denzo, who's I think trying to catch Troy and nap it here, and unfortunately his German there is also limping around, and Curtis is struggling here, and there's some problems. He's got no wing now, and that's a shame then. And look, we're all coming into the pits as well then. I know about the pit, coming into the pit later, so unfortunately I was on the oh my goodness me, look at that, going down into turn one then. In Milan leads her, but Sly Guy's all over the back of Epic. He's having a look then. We're going into turn number 3 here. Look at this, and Constantine up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars there. We're in a conga line here, and now then as we're going down into turn 5 once again, and the Ferrari's having a look then. He's up the inside. Epic is going to shut the door. No, he isn't there, and look, there's Sly Guy's up the outside, but that is great driving there from Sly, from Epic there, as he knew what he was doing there, but look at that, Sly Guy's done a Becker there on the outside. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Sorry, Welshman and not though. And now Sly Guy, can he get after Milan, and has he got the pace? And he certainly has, and he's doing a great job so far. He's salvaged the qualifying trim, didn't he, where he made a mistake when there was only 1 lap in the drives, but my goodness me, his intermediate runs was fantastic, wasn't it? He got himself up in the third in qualifying. Now in the race he's got himself past Epic already on lap 2, and he's one car away there from trying to take the lead and going for 2 Grand Prix wins in a row. Good 17 there for Sly Guy. He is a man on the move at the moment. Lap 2 almost complete as well, and so we've had a lot of pit stops. Andenge, Cartboy, Curtis, German and Pillars have all been in the pit lane right from the get-go. The top 7 are on the soft tyres, and we got 8th position is Scotty on his debut. He is on the medium compound tyres at the moment. They fly past. We're going down into turn 1 then. Emerson is quite close to the back of Danger Times here now, but he's of course you're going to have to be almost fully alongside your competitor here if you want to overtake going down to turn 1 there. DRS is enabled at the end of this lap though. Denzo's got past Dalton there and moved himself up into 12th position there. Good 17 there for Good somebody there. Troy's having a look up the inside as well. So Daunton on the medium tyres, and Denzo trying to make his way back through the field then as he spun. We're not sure what happened to Denzo then, but unfortunately he was back to front there, wasn't he? Goodness gracious me then. So Scotty now, who is on the medium tyres at the moment, but he is marching through at the moment. Fantastic indeed. Ron Ball with the debutant here, and he is making a big splash, isn't he there? Fantastic stuff indeed there for Scotty. Very much in hot form there. Maybe Scotty too high perhaps then. Of course that is shocking. That's a bit of shocking wrestling reference there for anyone who might know that or not. Just watching Andenju's in 17th position at the moment there. He's gone on hard tyres also for German as well. Back at the front then, this is what's occurring at the moment, and there it is. And so Milan leads there half a second away from Sligo, but Sligo is going to have all kinds of understeer here. This is going to really scrub the front tyres there. It's going to make the understeer appalling for the Ferrari driver, but he does have the DRS, doesn't he? The drag reduction system there. The rear wing will open, and he is gaining on Milan already then, going down into, oh goodness me, almost wandered off the track there, going down into turn 1 there, but he was not totally alongside there. Blaze would like to get past Epic as quickly as possible here, as he can see that the guys in front there may start to pull away, but however the DRS train is very much in full effect at the moment, and I love a good old train, and goodness me, I do enjoy it. I do miss the old Trilly trains out back from yesteryear. From yesteryear and from London. Back on board with Jarman, and he has a 5-second penalty which he has to serve in the pit lane here, so Jar is going to be very unhappy with that. And Gullit, when he went to the back of went into back of, I think it wasn't Curtis under the virtual safety car, the VSC, then of course, as it would neutralise the race then. I hope he hasn't damaged his car though, has he then? He's looking okay at the moment, Jarvis, but that 5-second penalty in this race is going to be quite tight, I presume. Then it's going to be a very tight Grand Prix as well. So he doesn't want to lose too much time, but that is going to be quite painful, I think, when he's going to have to wait there for 5 seconds. The mechanics cannot touch the cars whatsoever, so all they can do is just wait for those 5 seconds, then go. Of course, you cannot do the pit lane, you cannot do the stop, then wait 5 seconds there. You have to do it after then, of course. And that's the part of the rules there. Got a problem then is one in the background. We've lost Cardboy, who's gone off the circuit. Cardboy in the AlphaTauri, having a bit of a difficult season so far, and he's down at the back of the field, unfortunately. Milan has repelled the attack of Sligo again, then Chaza has moved himself past Sloth and up into 10th position. Now Chaza in the point set as he is another driver having a bit of a tough time. So he finished third in the World Championship last season then, but Chaza not the best of starts into his campaign, but I'm sure he had a slow start last season as well. Scotty now all over the back of Sully here. Sully is driving beautifully this tonight, isn't he? He's really standing up in the seat of the AlphaTauri, doing a beautiful job indeed then, isn't he? On board now with the double world champion, it is Emerson here. He's right behind the current championship leader, Danger Times, and Blaze, who is second in the world championship as well. On board then as Emerson has gone back to the traditional black and red helmet colours. That was lovely stuff indeed then. But you can see just in front of us Milan, who's under a lot of pressure now from Sligo, because look, Milan has made a mistake in the second sector there. I wonder if he had an extra lap, didn't he? Had an extra lap of tyre wear in qualifying 2. Is this now going to be where he's going to come home to roost then? So Milan is going to have to think about defending here. Is half a second then, and look at that then. Once again, Sligo losing an abundance amount of time and coming out that long turn number 15 there, isn't it? That's going to really scrub the tyres there, isn't it? But he's gaining. Believe it or not, that finish line, start-finish rate is not long enough, is there, for the drivers there? And a lot of sparks coming off of Milan there. And Sligo's up the inside there. He's gone up the inside then to turn at number 4 here. Sorry, 3. And now he's got up the inside to 4. But he's all over the back of Milan there. And now Milan there may have compromised his entry and exit there into turn at number 5. They go for it, and he's got the alpha switcher in, and Sligo's at the inside. Milan is squeezing here, and he's going to do this is his favourite party trick then for Sligo, and he's going for the lead here in the Portuguese Grand Prix. They're going wheel to wheel. Milan is going to run him out wide. He has run him out wide there, which is what Epic should have done as well. But almost contact again, and that has allowed Epic through as well. It's very, oh my goodness me! And now they're going. Now he's going on the outside here. Epic is he going to go back up and under? Not quite then as well, but this is a tough time now for Milan and for Epic here, as they want to as they probably want to maximise this 1-2 for the Williams team there, and possibly for themselves as well, as they don't allow, because I think if Sligo gets in front there, he may start to run and hide there, because I think we've seen his pace in the San Marino Grand Prix just over a week ago. But I think Sligo needs to be more concerned about the Williams behind him rather than the car in front. And now here comes Epic then. He is going side by side with Sligo, going down into turn 1. No, he isn't there. He hasn't got enough time now. 5-second penalty for Jar. Jar is out of the race there. I think that unfortunately that might be a pit and quit, unfortunately. And of course in hyperdrive we really frown upon that. It's very difficult, but Jar is in a very competitive position now, so I'm not sure what's happening there for the Ferrari, but that is not good at all. Whilst his teammate is wrestling for the Grand Prix lead, it's wrestling for the Grand Prix lead. Jar is out of this Grand Prix, so that is disappointing indeed. Such a shame. We're back on board now once again then with as we've got yellow flags on the front, it's Jarda just coming out of the pit set. We've got to Milan at the moment now, who is still at the moment leading this Grand Prix. I said at the moment a lot of times, and going over the crest of the hill as well. And then unfortunately, Jar out of the Grand Prix, on board with Sligo again, and he's really pushing, isn't he? Trying to make Milan make a mistake there. Milan, a former Grand Prix winner as well, isn't he? Milan is of course, since he broke through that glass, Milan has been a different driver, hasn't there? But this is going to be a lot of pressure there, isn't it? A lot of pressure on that young man then in the Williams car at the moment, but can he soak up this pressure and keep Sligo at bay? And once again, I think Epic is closer to Sligo than what Sligo is to Milan. And coming across the line once again, Milan's had a beautiful run then, and Sligo, that earned the dirty air off the back of that Williams car has really compromised this run going down into turn 1 here. Epic is just too far back at the moment then. So just staying in the ship alone. Well, Scotty's up the inside. That's going to be a pinch there. As Sully gives him just about enough room there. Great racing by both drivers. That's fantastic. Fantastic stuff indeed there. And Scotty is up into 7th position. He's on the medium compound tires at the moment. Scotty is there. He is loving life out there. Back at the front now. And the slide guys all over the back of Milan at the moment. But Milan is not waving him through into there. And look at this conga line now. Goodness me, it's a party out there. We do love a bit of a conga line as well. Fantastic. Just watching and Sly Guy as well. He is really pushing this there. He has got much more confidence in this second sector as well for the Ferrari. He is really pushing on from Milan. And yellow flag in one. As we got one of the. I think it's a ghost yellow flag. I don't know. It was one of the Haas cars. I think it was Daunton there. Rick Daunton there having a bit of a error out of turn 4. Look up the inside tire and Sly Guy is that. Remember that how long is the medium tires going to last? Because of course I think that some might think about the undercut here. There's a Haas right off the circuit there, at the top of the hill. Goodness gracious me. Goodness, I think he was going back to Estoril. Was he that Rick there going across the line as well? When is the undercut going to take place? I mean, I haven't got to 1/3 race distance yet, and then coming across the line as well. And Epic is going for it. He's close in his turn then. And can Epic do it? It looks like oh my goodness me, they're condensing up here. And Daunton is out of the Grand Prix. He's gone right off there. And the slide guy's up the inside there, but not quite on. So Epic is going on the outside here. And we've got Blaze going at the inside as well. Goodness gracious me, 2 cars out of the Grand Prix. Dender's in the pits as well. Wow, incredible stuff indeed. And look at this. And who's that? That's Milan defending fresh air there. That's not what he wants to do then, because of course he's going to compromise his entry and exit speed. He has indeed that, but the Sly Guy just is not in the position at the moment there to overtake Milan. Well, now, this is what I want to see. This is exactly why Hyperdrive was why we were so excited about Hyperdrive at the beginning, wasn't we? It was about these drivers that are going tooth and nail with each other, and it's absolutely fantastic, isn't it, to see the likes of Milan, Sly Guy, and Animal, Blaze, Danger Times, Emerson. It's fantastic stuff indeed there. Of course, we got the new drivers emerging as well. The likes of Scotty and his Davis Knight. He's doing a supreme job. Scotty is there. A massive fan of this man. He's absolutely fantastic stuff indeed there. Oh, absolutely loving it. But look, now that they've dropped Epic, and Milan is not going to be concerned about Epic this time around there. But look at this, it's the dirty air again. They just can't keep up with Milan. And they are now, there's Daunton out of Grand Prix, and same with Jars, where we're down to 18 cars in this Grand Prix. Milan is defending here then, and he's going to go back to the racing line as well. Look, Epic is dropping down the order, and look, he's on the outside Blazes. He takes 3rd position now, and Epic's really appalling. And he's going back at the inside, goodness me. And oh no, the 2 McLaren that come to blow, and there's all kinds of shenanigans there. And oh dear, I'm not sure if that's gonna. Oh dear, it's got a bit messy there. Emerson, I think, has damaged the car. What about Scotty? Has he got damaged as well? And so there's a Constantina effect. It's the McLaren. It's the second McLaren. Okay, Danger Times and the 2 McLarens there. Unfortunately, come to blows them. But however, I think it was Epic slinging it back up the inside. Then whether there is a he's damaged, isn't he? Oh no, and I think he's got a lot of damage. Scotty, so he's going to be furious on his debut here, and that is such a shame indeed then. Whether the gap was still there for Epic to sling up the inside, I am not sure about that. That's I can't say too much. Well, I'm not really too sure, to be honest, if that was the case. It happened too quick for me, too quick for my human eyes then. But yeah, that is a shame indeed. Emerson's got damage, unfortunately. I think that the door may have been. I think that Epic possibly should have given up the position, perhaps. But it's very difficult. It's very easy for me to say up here in the old commentary box, isn't it? 1/3 race, isn't there? Danger Times is fine by the looks of things. He's carried on, hasn't he? Then, but yeah, slinging up the inside. I think it's a turn at 3. That door is always going to be closing them, so that is such a shame then. Such a shame indeed that Scotty is in the pits. He's got 5-second penalty. Scotty has Emerson's in the pits as well, and I'm surprised that not other cars are damaged. Scotty has pitted and quitted then. That's a shame then for Scotty. He was doing a supreme job as well, Scotty was then, but he's going to be furious at that. That is such a shame, isn't it? Because that's taken Scotty. I think that Scotty would have been involved in the Grand Prix win, you know. I think he definitely would have got a podium on that strategy, because he would have been on the soft tyre as well towards the end then. But that is such a shame then. Oh, my goodness me. And that is a humongous, that is an absolutely humongous. I'm devastated. As Martin Brundle said, I haven't been this disappointed since Shrek 2 then. So I do feel you on that one, Martin Brundle. And I also am devastated about this one as well. That is such a shame. And back at the front then, 1/3 race distance through this Grand Prix. Milan leads from Sly Guy in second position. And there's Sly Guy, who's now Epic is struggling. Isn't he? Epic is really struggling. He's got some major problems there. His tires are really too much for him to handle at the moment. I think he might have to initiate the undercut here potentially. The undercut here may be quite powerful then, and the medium tires can go quite a long way into this one there. And into the pits there comes Milan then. So Milan is into the pits then, and he is initiated. He didn't want to get undercut here, so he's going to go into the medium tires, I presume, now to the end race. But this has allowed Sly Guy to really put in some qualifiers now, and he's very good in qualifying as well. Blaze has made his way back up into fourth position, and after this, coming together with Epic, and he is now 3 seconds away at the moment. And now Milan coming out the pits, and Dylan in a lonely 10th position at the moment, but he's doing the job. He's doing a very good job indeed, actually, with Dylan. Is that out of the pits now comes at Milan, and Emerson there is just coming out of turn 15, and so out of turn 15, and so yes, very disappointing Grand Prix at the moment. So Sly Guy is just pulled away then so far. Epic, we're on board with him now then, who is second at the moment, and Epic is, and he's going to have danger times and all over his rear posterior as well in this Grand Prix. Owen asked what happened to as we're just now on board then as we're on Owen, and what happened to Scotty. Unfortunately, Scotty was in collateral damage by the looks of things in the battle between Epic and Blaze, I think it was. So both McLarens clouded each other as well. I can't believe that both McLarens didn't get damage on the cars, and that's they make them strong in Woking, don't they? Oh goodness gracious me then. And they're just on board, just now on board now with Danger Times once again. He's all over the back. Sly Guy's in the pits. Epic is in the pits as well. Danger Times is staying out here. So he is carrying on there. And both McLarens are staying out there. So both McLarens are feeling more confident on their tyre wear at the moment. However, Sully is very much under the right under the rear wing of Blaze. Has Blaze got damage then perhaps? And as he may have, he has not got the praise he had before that skirmish there. As Sly Guy then, who is... he's coming on the pits now then. Was that a slow stop then, or did we just join at odd time then? Milan then he's going to get it back out in front. He does indeed then. Look, Epic is in front. Sly Guy's had an appalling stop there. The Ferrari team have something gone wrong with the Ferrari team, and Sly Guy's out in at 9th position then. So I didn't see him out with penalty then. So that was a very sluggish stop there from Sly Guy. Look, he's lost about 3.4 seconds there. Oh dear, and it's now got to Emerson. He's just now back up into 10th position as well. So Emerson has done an extra lap on the medium tires. It's not all over for the early stoppers then in this one. Back on board, Danger Times Money. He's got a 4-second gap over himself and Blaze, and Sully in 3rd position. Chazza is now into a supreme 4th position. He's the highest runner on the medium tires, along with Troy and Dylan doing a supreme job as well in 5th and 6th position. Lovely stuff indeed then. And just back on board now once again. Then Sully, he's doing a great job out there, isn't he, Sully? I think this is the best time. I think this is the best race I've seen from Sully. I hope I'm not disrespecting him when I'm saying that. He's had a supreme start anyway. Didn't he have 4th position at one point? Might just talking absolute porkies then. Into the pits there it comes Blaze and Sully then. Danger Times has stayed out here. Chazza is now up into 2nd position. Then into the pits there comes Blaze, and he's now changing tires onto the medium compound, and that's a very slow getaway as well. Sully in the pits as well, going onto the medium compound tires now, coming out of the pits. Here comes Milan then, and I think that Milan is now out of DRS range here. Is that going to be a key factor? Look at how much time Sly Guy's lost then. He has lost an abundance amount of time, but he's just got out in front of Blaze here. That was very close indeed, but that was critical in this Grand Prix for Sly Guy. Blaze is now in 8th position. Sully is coming out in 9th position. Emerson just in 10th position. Well, there. Well, this has been a great race so far. I think the Pillars are trying to come back through the field then after an early pit stop as we're coming up to half distance. I think the Pillars and Engine Co. It's good to speak. Curtis are resetting back to track there and almost going in, almost in front of their Pillars and the Ballon Pillars and Engine. Here comes Danger Time, staying on the soft tyres here. So going extremely long in this one. And it just says, we're just Kieran saying, hey, Kez, if anyone quits to the fast lap, it should be removed. I think that the into the pits comes in. Sorry, Dylan. Danger Times. There's too many D's in my life. But I think Milan got fastest up in Division 2, didn't he? But of course that didn't count towards his total, as he did a piss and quit, unfortunately, didn't he? Well, I think you don't get fast up if you don't finish the race anyway. I'm sure that's the rule, something like that. Maybe, I don't know. Kieran B making a very good point, and of course he was almost lapped, wasn't he? But he did come back to finish a supreme 6th position. That is just by keeping going then. Indeed. Oh yeah, Kez has mentioned that earlier on then, so I apologise. I'm way behind on the I'm way behind on the old chatter out there, so I apologise profusely here. I just can't take my eyes off of the prize at the moment, and the prize at the moment is is the Red Bull. It's Chaz at the moment who's leading the Grand Prix. His teammate German down in 16th position. Then let's take stock. Then where did Danger Times has come out in 6th position. He's out in front, and he's so close to the back of Epic here. Epic has lost a lot of pace in this stage of the Grand Prix. As you know, Dylan is now just been overtaken by Milan as well. Chazza leads from Troy in 2nd position, and there's a gap of about 8 seconds between Troy and Milan. Then Dylan in 4th position. Epic is in 5th, but he's under pressure now from Danger Times. Danger Times is really putting on a spurt here, isn't he? He's the championship leader. Danger Times is and this is going very swimmingly so far in the opening 5 Grand Prix, and he would love to be on the podium once again. Danger Times is, and Danger Times has been on the podium 4 times in the first 5 races so far. So supreme stuff there from Danger Times. Then can he make it 5 and 6? Excuse me. I forgot to put the thing on quiet there. Oh goodness gracious me. Here comes Danger Times. I think he's a bit too far back at the moment. And Epic has got a lovely DRS shot off of Dylan as well. Dylan is going very long in this one. I think that Epic is too far. Epic is too far back at the moment to have a lunge there. Unfortunately, he's now got to take the pain, and look at this. Look how much they're all concertining up then through this twisty part of the circuit. He may have a lunge down into turn 5 here for Epic. Then he's all over the back of Dylan. He's the 10th a second. He's alongside Dylan, passes the Aston Martin, but Dylan's having none of it. And I think that we may get a bit more of. I think that this part of the circuit is very good for racing, isn't it? But I think that Dylan there may have to concede on this one just because his tyres are 15 laps old. Then and Danger Times would like to get past as quick as possible because Sligo has found half a second out of him on this sector alone then, and I think he doesn't want to be stuck behind Dylan too far. And of course Dylan's on a completely different race strategy here, so Dylan cannot fight tonight, cannot fight in this part of the race, but he can fight later on, maybe when he goes onto the soft tyres. Of course he may be a big factor later on then. Chazza, who's leading this race by 1.2 seconds from Troy in 2nd position there. Troy having a solid but quiet Grand Prix at the moment. And Danger Times right all over the back of the Aston Martin then, coming out of 15 then. Look at this, he's going to overtake him before he even gets onto the DRS straight. Well, now he gets to the DRS then, and he's through then. And that is what Danger Times needs then to keep the pressure on Epic. Epic is now 2.7 seconds away from Milan, who's in this way at the moment. And Milan is absolutely doing a supreme job out there tonight. Absolutely superb stuff indeed there. Sully, who's now causing Blaze some concern as well in 8th and 9th position there. And just on board, Becca saying a safety car would be lush here. As Becca saying, goodness gracious me, just on board now. So then, unfortunately, that short straight it's not long enough. Sligo is really pushing here at the moment, isn't he? As just on board with Sligo, we've got yellow flags there. It's one of the Alpine cars, a Soloff, is just come a cropper at the top of that off camber turn 4 there. And now we've got Pillars who's on the outside and going over in the 12th position there. Mercedes then who looked very good at this stage there, but unfortunately, and now Sligo going on the outside there. Dylan now having a look up the inside. What's that contact? There might have been a bit of contact there, and all Sligo getting on the power a bit heavy there. I wonder if that was a bit of frustration there from the Ferrari driver. He's at 1.6 away from Danger Times there, but in that event of the action there, Sligo has not lost any time at all, has he there? So I think that's gone very nice indeed there for Sligo. He's going to be up with that. Danger Times setting the fast half of the race there. He's really lighting up the track. Magenta here. It's gone triple purple. Danger Times out there, but he's too far back from Epic to launch an attack, launch an assault just yet. And he's definitely going to have that Ferrari in the back of his mind as well. Sligo. Blaze Sully is about a second and a half back then. So Danger Times, that's his championship right at the moment there. Danger Times is there, but I'm sure that you'd rather have Blaze there, because I think that when your teammate's behind him, you may have more control over your teammate than your teammate may defer to you. However, this is league racing and it's not proper Formula 1, of course, so. And just watching this incredible battle here then, as the race is very much in the halfway stage at the moment. We've only lost 3 drivers in this Grand Prix. Scotty, Dorton and Jar all out of the Grand Prix. Then Chazza is leading this race, but he's half a second back at the moment, half distance then. He hasn't come to the pit just yet then, and I think that they're just going to try and eke these medium tyres out quite a little bit longer then. Other driver not to come to the pits is Dylan as well then. So those are the 3 drivers going for a very extended stint here, and those soft tyres can get to the end there from here. but whether they'll be in good condition or not remains to be seen. Troy is all over the back now, and here he comes in. He's going alongside Chazza. He's going for a look. He's up the inside. He passes Chazza, takes the lead of the Portuguese Grand Prix. Chazza going to go for it. No, he isn't. He's unfortunately too far back there. Epic has got very good straight line speed, and that is going to be a factor in this battle for the for second and third in this Grand Prix. When the strategy plays out, that is exactly where those drivers are going to be. Dylan's in the pits now then, so let's see what Dylan can do then. So he's going to be doing some qualifying times now from here till the end of the Grand Prix. And 11th position, well, now Dylan is doing a good job on his debut here tonight. Supreme stuff indeed. Troy then leads the race with Chaz in second position, Milan in third there, and the gap has only gone up by a tenth of a second since we last checked in with Milan in Epic. But however, when these two start to really fight over second and third, then that is where it's going to get very juicy indeed. Then Sly Guy in sixth position there with Blaze in seventh there, with Sully in eighth, ninth is Emerson, 10th is Denzo, and Pillar's just outside the points in 11th position now. 12th is Sloth, Dylan in 13th there. He's got a good chance of points here, Dylan has there. And Denzo 14th, Curtis in 15th, German down in 16th there. 17th position is Cartboy then. So that is the race review thus far. And look at this, Dylan already quick, isn't he? Quicker than a hiccup. Very much putting the pressure on Sloth as well. We'll keep an eye on that one because I think that this one may get very interesting indeed. And now Danger Times is about 4 tenths a second. Look at the Epic is really weaving here, isn't it? Goodness gracious me, that. Of course, Hamilton got penalised for weaving when he did that in the Malaysian Grand Prix 2010 or 11, was it? Right, somewhere around then. Of course, I think he did it twice in 2 years actually, didn't he? Hamilton did that. Of course, that's to break the slipstream, not to block the attack into the corner, is there? But of course, I think a lot of weaving then is really frowned upon by the organisers. And just we got Blaze, who's still in front of Sully at the moment. Blaze has lost a lot of pace since that incident earlier on the Grand Prix between himself and Epic there. I wonder if he is carrying some kind of damage there. Chaz has come out in ninth position there, so Chaz's alternative strategy is played out absolutely beautifully now, isn't he? So he is about 10 seconds away from this battle here between Sully and Blaze, and he will have quicker tires at this stage. And Pillars has gone for a second stop here and gone on soft tires, and so Pillars is going for the fastest lap, I presume. And we're going to have a lot of qualifiers, I think, at the end of this one. So that is going to get very good indeed, isn't it? This is a great race. This has been, isn't it? Lap 20 out of 33. Now I hope you all enjoyed the Grand Prix so far. It's been supreme. Of course, this could be the one and only time we go to Portugal. Look at that then. It's Jake the Sir wants a telemetry. Your wish is my command, my good sir. And now Danger Times is alongside Epic there. He gets past Epic. He takes the third position there. Is he third? He is third now, isn't he? Yes, he is now in third position there. That's what he needs to do then. Danger Times now needs to break that DRS as quickly as possible, so that Epic doesn't come back by him, because I think Epic's got quite a slippery card down that main straight. Sully unfortunately hasn't been able to do what Epic's done there. Epic is trying to come back at him here then, but he's a bit too far back at the moment, Epic is, and Danger Times then is just about kept his position, and Sly Guy is now second and a half back in the Ferrari. Sully then, who is too far back at the moment to try and grab the initiative over Blaze well, but Sully doing a great job out there tonight. I'm loving that. Fantastic stuff indeed then. As we just got Serious Martin saying that Denzo should take off those hards, and he's got nothing to lose at the moment. He does have a point though, doesn't he? Denzo does, but however, he's only 7 seconds in front of Dylan with 12 laps to go, and Dylan is on 2 steps softer tire then, so he is going to be a lightning in a bottle then. Troy is doing an incredible job on those 20 lap old tires. He comes in the pits finally now. Troy does, the Grand Prix leader. Milan, who's lost 3 tenths of a second now to Danger Times then. Danger Times then really wants to get his third Grand Prix win of the season, which would be McLaren's 5th Grand Prix win of the season then. But Epic wants to have something to say about that, doesn't he? But he's too far back going into turn 1, and now Danger Times then, there he is, 2.5 seconds back. That is his brief. He now can he catch and pass Milan then with 11 laps to go, 2/3 race distance here in the Portuguese Grand Prix then, as the laps are whittling down quite quickly here. Chaz has come out just in front of just in front of Troy, and Chaz is now all over the back of Emerson as well. Emerson was taken out of this battle of front runners, wasn't he? Unfortunately, and so was to a certain degree, I think, Scotty and a couple of other drivers as well, which is such a shame, really, isn't it? Because I feel that this race was very much turned into 6-7 car shootout for the Grand Prix lead. Fantastic. Pillars set the fastest lap of the race. And of course, that's the lap record because it's the first time we're here. Slough is off, and he's gone off in a major way, and that is coming out of turn 4, and that's quite a long way down. It's a safety car. Oh my goodness me. And well, someone in the comments wanted a safety car. Now what is going to happen here? Sly Guy's left for session. Sly Guy's left for session here, and hopefully he can get himself back in then, because this may not help him here. Are they coming in the pits then? Yes, Milan's in the pits, Danger Time's in the pits, Epic in the pits as well. Sly Guy is also in the pits then. Yeah, so they're all coming into the pits then. And look, this is going to hurt Epic though, because he's going to have to queue behind his teammate here. Oh goodness gracious me then. So now he's in the pits then. And then now is just now on board then, and into the pits there comes Milan, and Blaze has stayed out then. So Blaze has stayed out there. Milan coming out the pits now then. So just watching Epic then. He's going on to the meat soft tyres now. Epic is in, but he's had to queue. Look at this, how much time he's lost here. Charles is second, third is Troy. Milan is in fourth. Danger Times is fifth. Sly Guy is coming out in sixth position there. Slough is left for session there. Epic seventh. Sully in eighth position there. Emerson in ninth. And Denzo is going to come into the pits as well. So Serious Mushroom there. Mystic Mushroom said that Denzo should get rid of those tyres. He has indeed then. Dylan in ninth position, Emerson 10th position now. Denzo just serving his penalty now, and he's going to be on the soft compound tyres then. And now let's see how this one goes. So this is, I'm going to be honest, I don't really know who this is going to help and who this isn't going to help. So I got back in the race, and he's down in sixth position now, but he hasn't lost any time, and he's done exactly what his rivals around him have done then. So I think he's not going to be too dissatisfied with that then. Carper also in the pits as well then, on 2-lap old soft tyres, and he's got no new tyres at all there. So Blaze has gone against the grain here, and Chazza, who has never won a Grand Prix, is now in second position then. And just watching Sly Guy here, and we're seeing some kind of Sly Guy just letting Danger Times back through. So what we got at the moment, so we got Blaze who's in then, but he's done 8 laps on the medium tyres, and Chazza is second. He's now won a Grand Prix. Troy is third. He's now won a Grand Prix. Milan is a Grand Prix winner. Danger Times a multiple Grand Prix winner as well. Sly Guy won last time out. Epic in 7th position, and Sully in 8th, and Dylan in 9th, and Emerson 10th position. And this safety car is really from the cat amongst the pigeons there in the last third of the Grand Prix. 10 laps to go in this Portuguese Grand Prix. This is going to be a fantastic end to what has been a supreme race so far. And that guy sitting for a position is sitting good now, and Serious Mushroom was saying, oh, he is indeed, isn't he? But we got him. Keep calm here. And you Troy fans out there, of course, Troy has had the curse of the commentator, had the curse of the mushroom as well, hasn't he there? So he doesn't want any more curses, I'm sure of it. So for retirement, so we've lost both Alpine cars, Scotty and Slough. Rick Daunton out of the Grand Prix, and a bit of a miserable start into his campaign in Division 1, and Jar out of the race as well, as he was very early pitting quit there, unfortunately. And so yes, and this is going to get very, very good indeed then, with 9 laps to go then. And yes, we're just coming down then into the beautiful, this is a beautiful series, isn't it? A lovely media centre out there. Fantastic. These Bert Molander just leads us away then with Blaze leading. He decided he's the only driver not to be on the soft tyres now for the field then, so he is going to be under attack left, right and centre now, Blaze is. So Blaze is a 2-time Grand Prix winner this season, as is Danger Times as well. So, Blaze, I feel that he is going to need a miracle to stay in front then, with Chazza on 3-lap old soft tyres, with Troy on new soft tyres there. Milan as well, and Milan was leading this race by 2.5 seconds before the safety car came on. So it's really put a cat amongst the pigeons, hasn't it, so to speak then. So Milan, Danger Time, Sly Guy is all Epic and Sully all came in the pits there under this safety car, and they've all conceded track position in this one then. So we're just on board now as we've got some overtaking going on in the safety car, which is a big no-no really, isn't it? Just take a look at the penalties then, with just a couple of laps to go in this one. 3-second penalties for Blaze, 6 seconds for Pillars and Andenge, and 6 seconds for Gurman as well. Apart from that, no penalties then. Safety car is in the end of that, and goodness me, then that's quite a late call then. God, I didn't realise Sassy Massey's in charge charge here. But of course, is when is Blaze going to go then? So Blaze is going to have to drop the hammer. I think that he's going to go as late as possible because he's got Chazza, Troy, and Milan and Co. all on soft tires that are going to be quite quick here. So when is he going to drop the hammer then? When is he going to drop the hammer for Blaze? And he is going to go in. They can't overtake till start finish. So now we go here. And at Milan then is already, look at this, Milan's already free car. He's already overtaken 2 here then. And he's done a great job here going down in so, and that's helped Milan supremely well. He's back up in his second position there. Troy's one right there. And now we've got Denzo, who's on the outside here. And he is on the outside. Denzo, a supreme start here. And he's moved himself up. He's got a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flanks there, Denzo has there. I wonder if he starts to overtake before the start finish line here. Now at the inside goes Danger Times as well. Look at this going up the inside there. Sligo had to steer over there. And he almost lost his wing there, didn't he? And that Epic is now down in 8th position now. And look at this, we've got cars all over the show here. And look at this, Epic's down in 9th position. And the man who is on pole position here is struggling now, isn't he? He's in the field here. And Gurman also moving up as well. And so Gurman, Pillars dropping down the order. So we've got Blaze still in the race there. But look at this, there's Milan is all over the back right now. Can't Milan he's going for the lead here. And look at this, and he's got so much more confidence here. Blaze defending the inside. Who is that? That is Denzo from a Daylane door short, just absolutely centre on the inside of Troy there. And goodness gracious me, and that was a different postcode there. Oh, and Blaze has got a swapper on. And Milan there is all over the back right now. Then Milan and is going to use, he does have DRS of course, and no DRS until the end of the next lap. Gurman's got a 3-second penalty, and now Blaze said is just trying to defend as much as possible then, but Milan is going side by side then. Sully and Sligo are also fine, so Blaze has got very good and look at this, that is Troy is trying to defend there from Chaz at the moment. And we've got Epic as well. Who's this? Anden's got past Dylan as well. There is action galore in the far stations Grand Prix. Look at this, look at these cars there. Emerson's dropped down to them for seconds. Anden's just snuck through as well in this Grand Prix. My goodness gracious me then. But Emerson there is going to have a good run there as well. Look at this. We got the battle for the lead. I missed it. The battle for the lead. Milan is taking the lead, but Blaze is coming back. And look at this. And they're going wheel to wheel as well. And Blaze is now on the inside there. So Milan, oh goodness me. And look, Denzo's now in the balance race. That's a 5-second penalty. And Troy is also in there. My goodness gracious me then. Absolutely incredible here in this Grand Prix. Just back on board now with Blaze. Oh, Milan's got into him. Milan's got into him. Is he damaged the wing? I'm not sure then, but he's given a good old a little nudge. Boom! Milan's up the inside. He's up the inside, but Blaze is having none of it there. He's going up the inside though for turn 13, 14, and 15. But it's not enough. Milan takes the lead of the Portuguese Grand Prix. And now Blaze then, who is going to really be defending for all he's worth now, isn't there? Because he did not come to the pits. Everyone else has come to the pits then. No, but look at this though. DRS is not enabled then, but he's just got the slipstream, hasn't he? Now DRS has been enabled. Here comes Denzo. Denzo's had really. Oh my god, there's going to be free abreast. There's free abreast going down into turn 1. Oh my goodness me. And now Blaze has gone off the circuit, and he's run off the circuit, he's come back on, and he's trying to go on the outside here. My goodness gracious me. And Troy's got a 10-second penalty. And what's happened? And what's happened here then? They're someone off the circuit. And Troy and Denzo have had a coming together there. Oh my goodness me. And Denzo's left the session there. Blaze is down. He's still in second position. Fantastic. Danger Thompson in third. Chaz in fourth, and Sully in fifth position. Epic is in sixth. Troy is seventh. And then Jake Sligo down in ninth position. And Dylan is now all over the back from as well. And it's become a bit of a mess there at the back here. And they're just now on board with Dylan as well. Goodness gracious me. And up the inside goes Pillars. Pillars is trying to force his way past Dylan Nolan, but he's having none of it. I know Pillars just about staying there as well. And look, Carboy up and under as well. Curtis down in 12th position. On board now with Sully, and Sully's had a great drive today, hasn't he? And now Sly Guy is not his. Goodness gracious me, fantastic stuff indeed there. And now going up into 9th position, Sly Guy is, and Dylan in 10th, and Pillars in 11th position as well. Emerson's got some issues there. He's dropped down to 4th position, same with Gurman as well. And now Dylan's got past Sly Guy. Sly Guy's dropping down the order then. Is Sly Guy got some issues there? Milan leads the Grand Prix currently from Danger Times, but now it's Blaze, who's just gone up into his 3rd position and no 2nd position there. And now we got free abreast there between Sligo and Pillars. A Carboy has come out of nowhere as well. Goodness me. And now Pillars is up in 12th and no 11th position. I don't know where he is. Oh my goodness me. And Curtis there's forcing Sligo off the circuit, I think now. Goodness gracious me. Oh gosh, I got indigestion. And then we're going down into turn number, where are we? I don't know, but Milan leads that go for a second Grand Prix win of his career here from Danger Thomas, who's now in second. Can Danger Thomas get a win then? And this will really elevate himself up in the championship as well. Chazza in fourth position, and Sully in fifth. Epic in sixth position at the moment. This is absolutely mega stuff indeed there. Really good stuff indeed. Sully doing a great job out there. Andenge up in 11th position. Magnificent stuff indeed there for Andenge. Really good stuff out there. My goodness gracious me. Oh my gosh, then this is got a pretty messy, didn't it? Denzo out of the Grand Prix, unfortunately. I think that Troy was also involved as well, wasn't he? I think Troy's got a humongous penalty for whatever happened earlier on then. And now Blaze has got to defend from Chazza. Chazza on course for his first podium of the season then. He was going to be overjoyed after what has been a pretty tough start to the season then. And then Chazza and Dylan are all at 10 positions doing a supreme job. Then Milan is doing a great job as well. But Danger Thomas is now coming at him. Then he's found the fast lap racer and 4 laps to go in this race. And Blaze is trying to break the slipstream and once again doing some weaving down the back straight. No, so Blaze has got a very slippery car, hasn't he, out there, and that's really helping him defend there from Sully. Epic is now up into 6th position there. Into the pits is Sly Guy, into the pits is Curtis as well, and Sly Guy is going to need a bit of a miracle now. Chaz has got a 3-second penalty. Unfortunately, he had a bit of understeer, didn't he, from Blaze, and that made him run wide. And because of that, he has got a 3-second penalty for his troubles, which may cost him a podium here, which may elevate Sully up into 5th. Up into 3rd. Magnificent stuff there from Sully. This has been a great drive from Sully today, hasn't it? Very good. Something. Both Alfa Romeos, who I don't have much to write home about so far, have been pretty intense indeed. Then Drive of the Day pole is open. Then Milan, Danger Thomas, Chazza, Sully, then have all got Drive of the Day of so far. And good stuff then. Government's got a 10-second penalty, and I think that's all but ended his chances of getting some points as well in this one there. And just watching Chazza, who is unfortunately that penalty is really going to hurt him. I think that he needs to get past Blaze as quickly as possible if he wants any hopes of getting this keeping this penalty at the moment. The final turn then, Denz of course out of the Grand Prix as he left the session. I think just a minute ago then. So we've lost Sloth, Scotty, Daunton, and Jordan, and here comes Chazza, and Chazza's now alongside Blaze. And Blaze has the inside line, but he cannot defend it now. Chops on the inside of Sully because he doesn't want to get overtaken twice here. Blaze is now being a bit ruthless with that chop as well. Goodness me. Danger Thomas is now within the second DRS mark, which he needs to be to get the drag reduction system activated. So Milan is going to have to start to defend. Then German is up into 12th position and getting past Emerson. The McLaren is diving on the inside there. Chazza had to steer out of it there, but Chazza does know he's got new tyres there, doesn't he? And now we've got Sully. Oh my goodness me, Sully is on a very precarious part of the circuit here. And and Blaze are just forcing him off. Goodness me. And good gosh, that was a bit brutal there from Blaze, wasn't it? Oh my word. And I've got Sully who's now then right underneath the gearbox of the McLaren driver there. Sully is he just needs to keep it calm here, Sully does, because he's on course for a cracking podium here, which is exactly what he deserves, doesn't he? Because he's been pretty good stuff indeed there. Back on board now with Sully, and with Sully, and you can see then we just right underneath the gearbox now with Blaze as well. Look at this, under a second, and he's got DRS then. Well, you can see he's almost under a tenth of a second now. Right underneath the gearbox. Well, DRS is right on the money, and look at this, he's right underneath the gearbox of the McLaren team. He's going for it. He's having a look going into turn one there. He's side by side, and Sully's good. Oh goodness me, that's contact, and that's a spin, and Sully's gone into animal there. Oh no, and Sully, who's having a supreme race there. I'm not sure he damaged it. His animal got damaged there. I'm sure he may have a bit of damage in that Williams. That Williams has been a bit abused here in this one, hasn't he? So far, Carboy up into supreme 9 finish as well. Good stuff indeed there. At the moment, the biggest moves is Chazza, is Andenge, and Dylan, all up 11 positions so far. German up 8 positions as well. He's had a pretty difficult race, German has there, but all of a sudden he's found himself in 12th position. Really good stuff indeed there. Oh my goodness gracious me. Silly Sly Guy has got a fast up, and he will have that point for fast up as well. Look at that, that's a great manoeuvre there from Pillars there on the outside of Carboy. Magnificent stuff there from the Mercedes driver. Blaze has got a 3-second penalty then. I think that, I'm sure he's already got a penalty anyway, hasn't he, Blaze? We'll look at the penalties. Well, let's have a look at the penalties now then. So I think we've got Drive of the Day up at the moment as well. Goodness me, it's just too much going on at the moment. Oh my gosh, of course, Drive of the Day at the moment, and at the moment is Danger Thomas is winning then, and I have no of course, but Danger Times Milan have been absolutely supreme, haven't they? On board now with Pillars once again. Just taking a look to see the two Alfa Romeos, and I think that Den's going to get past Sully. I must say, I feel so sorry for Sully because he's done a supreme job today, and personally, I think he probably would be one of my guys to try today. That Emerson's off the circuit in the background there. Emerson having a bit of a miserable day. Epic, who's somehow or another, his Williams car is, goodness me, they make him strong, don't they, here in the Williams factory. He's having a look at Blaze at the moment. Epic has got no penalties, and he's currently on course there for getting a Williams, getting a double Williams podium here, which is really what Williams needs there. Of course, in the joint constructors, Williams are near the bottom. However, in the, they are near the bottom of the joint constructors. However, in the gold, in the Division 1 Constructors Championship, they're only 20 points behind Ferrari at the moment there. And of course, so Williams are propelling themselves past the Ferrari team, as Ferrari are not scoring at the moment. Apart from that 1 point there from Sly Guy, he is half a minute behind them. Troy, Carboy and Dylan and Pillars all fighting for 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th at this moment in time then. Epic all over the back then. Milan and Danger Times, and we've got one more lap to go then. And let's see if Danger Times is going to be close enough, and this could be Milan going for a second Grand Prix win, but Danger Times is going for the World Championship, isn't he? And here he comes, and he's run out of Ursa. He's got the DRSO, and Danger Times takes the lead and passes Milan on the final lap then of the Portuguese Grand Prix. And what an incredible race has been there for Danger Times and for Milan. They really both drove superbly well today. Fantastic stuff indeed then. And look at this Blaze going back on the inside. Oh dear. And unfortunately, to be honest, it was a carbon copy maybe of what happened earlier on then, as it was getting a bit feisty of them earlier on in the Grand Prix, wasn't it? And I wonder if that is a bit of that might be a bit of payback. And of course, you aren't meant to have payback, are you, in the in the Grand Prix? What a fantastic race this has been for Danger Times. So here he is, and Danger Times has been absolutely supreme. Really good stuff indeed there for Danger Times. And I think Milan has done a great job, as I've mentioned as well. But Danger Times is going for his third Grand Prix win of his season then, and he is going to extend his lead in the World Championship, which was quite impressive at the beginning of this race. Anyway, already 27 points, but Danger Times is going for his third Grand Prix win of the season, and this is going to be McLaren's fifth Grand Prix win in 6 races. Danger Times wins the Portuguese Grand Prix. Fantastic, absolutely incredible stuff there from Danger Times. Milan in second, 8 tenths of a second away, and I think Chaza is going to be on the podium then. I think that Chaz has done a supreme job out there. Unfortunately, I missed the I think I missed the driver of the day, didn't I? Oh my goodness gracious me then. Well, yeah, it did get a bit it got a bit robust towards the end there, didn't it? Goodness gracious me. Absolutely well, that was a bit got a bit feisty towards him there, didn't it? There was a lot of interesting attempts there. Sully, I feel that Sully probably deserved that podium, didn't he, on the face of things? But I'm not going to take anything away from Chaz, Milan or Danger Times. They've done a supreme job out there today. Carboy, what a drive to 6th as well. Carboy, once again, driving with his head then, which is fantastic stuff indeed then. Dylan on his debut, 8th position as well. Then hats off to Dylan then, really once again, Carboy, Dylan drove his head today. Supreme stuff indeed there. Just watching Danger Times and taking a tour of Portugal. That's his third Grand Prix win of the season, and he extends his lead in the World Championship after his teammate is a no score by I believe. So that is that is a major story, a major talking point in this World Championship at the moment. There is Danger Times Ed. He is going to be loving life at the moment. Third Grand Prix win in the first 6 races here in Division 7 there. He is Division 1. He is absolutely sublime. I remember McLaren have won 5 of the first 6 races. Well, only Sly Guy, the non-McLaren, has won a race so far. Goodness me, it does feel like we're back into the late 90s and early 2000s at the moment. And of course, we got Milan who finished second today. Great drive from Milan then. And at third position was Chaza as well. We have 3 second penalties. Let's go through the final classification then from the Portuguese Grand Prix. And how about that for your Sunday entertainment? Really impressive stuff indeed there. Fantastic. Danger Times there, Wallet Grand Prix win, his third Grand Prix win the season. McLaren's fifth Grand Prix win the season as well. Danger Time extends in the World Championship. His teammate did get a point in the end. He got 1 point there, Blaze did then, but that is a mammoth blow in the championship battle. Milan, great drive to second day. Chaz in third, Epic in fourth, Sully in fifth, sixth was Cartboy, and then seventh, Dylan eighth, ninth Pillars, 10th position is Blaze, Troy in 11th position, Curtis in 12th position, fast enough for Sly Guy, Emerson down in 14th, German down in 15th, retirements was Denzo, Sloth, Scotty, Daunton and Jar, unfortunately retired then from the Portuguese Grand Prix here in the Archive. And I thought the screen was going to change that. I don't think anyone wants to talk to me today, apart from Chazza. Chazza, what a supreme drive today, from 14th on the grid to third today. And I must admit that penalty right at the end there, I was a bit concerned that you may be slightly on your back foot.
Yeah, penalty wouldn't have helped me, but I was quite lucky in the end. Collisions behind me. To be fair, for most of the race, it was quite quiet, quite on my own really, just doing my own thing without any battling from behind or even trying to overtake people in front. Apart from that safety car, when obviously put the grid all back together and ended up battling. Ended up getting P3, which is something I didn't expect.
And absolutely incredible drive indeed. But you went on the alternative strategy then. Of course, you stayed out a very long time on the medium tyres, then switched to soft set. What was your thinking behind that then? Was that kind of your strategy choice then, or was you just trying to play the field?
It was my strategy choice. I didn't. I saw that there was quite a lot of people that went on the softs in Q2, and I didn't really want to do that. I preferred doing it the other way, and ended up paying off in the end, and ended up getting a P3. Which, to be fair, I've had quite a difficult start of the season, so that's kind of hopefully a kickstart to some more good results, hopefully.
I was going to say, you've had a bit of a troublesome start then, but you did get a very good fifth in China. You do have some minus points, which I think is a bit deceiving on where your championship position should be. But this race, I think you very much used your head today, and it was very much a thinking man's race. Then, would you agree?
Yeah, it's quite it's quite simple for this, because obviously I was with Troyer on the alternate strategy. He was about 2 seconds behind me, and then ended up passing me, and then I knew once he passed me it was the right time to come in, and ended up getting the undercut on him, and ended up coming out ahead of him, but then he ended up overtaking me. So yeah, fair play to him.
Absolutely, really well done tonight, Chaz. That's supreme stuff indeed. Let's go into Milan, who finished second today. Then Milan, you was I would say you was in control for majority of that race. But my goodness me, safety car came out right near the end, then, which may have upset your race. Would you say?
Yeah, I think so. And after the safety car restart, Blaze was doing some questionable things that gave me wing damage, I think, because I had no pace and had no turning on my left side, so that was a bit of a pity. But yeah, it is what it is.
But I must say that you and Sly Guy and Epic had a great qualifying duel though. Wouldn't you agree with that? Because my goodness me, the times that you guys were doing was sublime, especially in that second qualifying session. How did you do it?
It was both of my PBs, so it's actually very nice. I think I'm going to upload it as well. I think the best time I've done on this game, so that's always nice in D1.
And if the rain didn't come, do you think you would have got pole position today?
It depends. I think Danger Times was quite fast too in qualifying, and obviously Epic. So I don't think I would have got pole, but I would have got put in P1, 2, 3, I think.
And as we mentioned about the safety car, it really did make a difficult race. But you was leading right up to the last lap as well, as Danger Times overtook you on the final lap. Then how gutted must you be?
Yeah, I knew he was catching me, so I knew he was going for the last lap because I did not have ERS. So it's just a standing duck.
But absolutely great. I think that was one of your best drives apart from the Dutch Grand Prix last season. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, it was a pretty nice drive.
Absolutely supreme stuff. Well done to Milan. Well done to Charles as well. Supreme stuff. And of course, Danger Tom as well, taking his third Grand Prix win in the first 6 races. McLaren have absolutely been sublime. 5 race wins in the first 6 races. Only Sly Guy has broken their duck so far. That is it for the Portuguese Grand Prix. What an incredible opening 6 races we've had. It's been magnificent, hasn't it? 3 new venues in the first 6 races then, but now we're going back to the old traditional calendar. The Spanish Grand Prix is coming up in a week's time. It's coming up in tomorrow, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. It's always very relentless here in Hyperdrive. Spanish Grand Prix then, of course, it's about your setup of the car, isn't it? It's going to get very interesting. And with Danger Tom's then, with quite a nice margin then going into the Spanish Grand Prix onwards. We'll see you tomorrow night, though. Goodbye.